is? Well, good health is like a puzzle. It depends on how you perceive yourself, your environment, what you eat, your relationships, and lifestyle. It takes time and skill for the doctor to put these pieces of the puzzle together for you and come up with solutions customized to your specific needs. Holistic doctors believe that less medication is better and use preventive approach to keep you out of harm's way. This is also a concierge practice. Every patient gets my email and cell phone for emergencies and can be seen the same day if necessary. You are seen by me personally, and we take all the time that you need. You can visit my website, customlongevity.com. That's customlongevity.com to learn about how I, Dr. Svetlana Kogan, can help you feel healthy and balanced again.
92.5 WFSX Estero. It's 6 o'clock on Southwest Florida's news and talk station, 92.5 Fox News.
Have you no shame? I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. That's President Biden's message from Philadelphia to Republicans pushing voting reforms against voting reforms in red states.
They want to make it so hard and inconvenient that they hope people don't vote at all.
The president argued new voting laws passed in Republican-led states restrict voter access and targets minorities. He called for the federal passage of voting laws, which so far have stalled in Congress.
Fox's Lauren Blanchard. This is more than 50 Democratic Texas lawmakers remain in Washington after leaving the state to avoid voting on a GOP reform bill they call suppression, which Republicans deny. Texas Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick tells Fox,
this bill today opens up more opportunities to vote, more hours, more opportunities. There's no voter suppression. This is a lie that's being told over and over. Joe Biden doesn't have a damn clue what's in the bill.
Now, the Senate is working on turning a bipartisan compromise on infrastructure into legislation this week as Democrats on the Budget Committee agree on a $3.5 trillion plan for what they call human infrastructure, spending on health and child care and education and more.
Help American families keep up with rising expenses and deal with the scourge of global warming.
Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer says they'll use a process Republicans who call it too much spending cannot block. There were another 26,000 new COVID cases reported in the U.S. yesterday, and while that's way down from the peak in January of 300,000 in one day, infections are increasing.
According to data from Johns Hopkins University, the average number of confirmed infections per day is 23,600, more than double the rate 3 weeks ago. The average number of deaths, 260 a day.
Fox's Rob Dawson. All but 2 states are seeing increases. The more contagious Delta variant in lower vaccination rate areas is seen as a factor. And Pope Francis has just left a Rome hospital 10 days after surgery. America's listening to Fox News.
This update is presented by Johnston Spinal Care, the leader in spinal decompression. Find them online at 596back.com.
Wink News, traffic.
Happy Wednesday, Southwest Florida. As we head through the remainder of today, look for temperatures warming to near 90 degrees, which, as you can guess, scattered thunderstorms return across the area with some heavy rain, frequent lightning, and perhaps some locally gustier winds. Things wind down as we head into tonight, but Thursday should actually be a drier day for us. Lower rain chances with just some isolated storms expected for the afternoon, and it will be warmer as highs top off near 93 degrees. Friday featuring scattered thunderstorms returning to the area as those rain chances increase yet again, a high of 92 degrees for your Friday afternoon. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Tuesday, Southwest Florida. Look for another day featuring scattered thunderstorms, especially for the afternoon as temperatures warm to near 90 degrees. Things wind down as we head into tonight. We'll be left with temperatures in the middle 70s under a partly cloudy sky waking up in your Wednesday morning. With another day featuring additional scattered thunderstorms, periods of heavy rain and frequent lightning will be possible in another high near 90 degrees. Thursday, though, will be a little bit drier. Storm chances drop off to isolated, though we will be warmer with that, a high of 93 degrees on tap for your Thursday afternoon. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
When your liberal relatives from up north come for a month, turn up 92.5 Fox News in the house, in the car, and on the radio at the beach. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
True relief for back and neck pain.
Back or neck pain is not just unpleasant, it can be debilitating, preventing you from performing your daily routine and even confining you to bed. In decades past, patients suffering from spinal issues were often just given pain medication, spinal injections, and when they did not heal, often underwent spinal surgery. Luckily, there is now another option, non-surgical spinal decompression. At Johnson Spinal Care 596 Back, we use an advanced technology to apply a completely safe unloading force to relieve nerve compression associated with bulging herniated discs, sciatica, stenosis, scoliosis, neuropathy. This award-winning approach, safe for any age, has gained international praise from physicians for its success. Complete pain relief is achievable. Johnson Spinal Care is here to serve you. Call our Medicare-friendly office today for an immediate, no-charge telephone consultation. 596-BACK. 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
When it's hot, the last thing you want is your home's AC to quit on you. At 1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating, our team of comfort specialists take the frustration out of the equation. From simple repairs to more complex fixes, we'll get you cool and comfortable quickly. Call 855-1-HOUR for $50 off your repair or visit onehourair.com and keep your cool. We're
always on time or you don't pay time.
Terms and conditions may apply. Independently owned and operated, licensed in their respective state or county.
You'd think an Army veteran with a military career including multiple combat deployments throughout the Middle East would be a great American. And you'd be right. But Joe Vanderbosch also happens to be a great dentist. An Army veteran of 8 years, Dr. Joe now makes his home in Southwest Florida, where his wife Sarah grew up.
Hi, I'm Dr. Joseph Vanderbosch, Freedom Dental on Metro Parkway in Fort Myers. In the Army, I received extra training in order to provide dental care in virtually any condition. That's why I can manage many dental treatments without the need to refer to a specialist. I served my country proudly for 8 years. Now I want to serve you and your dental needs. Special discounts for former and active military without dental insurance.
Dr. Vanderbosch provides emergency care and is now accepting new patients for cleaning, extractions, crowns, implants, and more. Find them online at freedomdentalfortmyers.com. That's freedomdentalfortmyers.com. Dr. Joseph Vanderbosch. Go to freedomdentalfortmyers.com.
Daily Harvest delivers delicious food, all built on organic fruits and vegetables right to your front door. Get started today at dailyharvest.com/radio.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida, Drew Steele.
Hi. Well, good morning, Southwest Florida. So glad you're here. I'm so glad Jake is back because I turned the button on and nothing was coming out of my... Well, there was stuff coming out of my mouth, but nothing was coming out of the microphone.
100% my fault.
You know what? When the truth speaks, wear it. And you wear it well. That's all. Hey, listen, stuff happens. Sometimes when you gotta go... All right, 239-479-5592, the talk and text line. We stream live, drewsteele.com. That's the website, Steele has 3 E's. Look at you, look at me, look at us. I don't think there's enough light in this room. I look kind of, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Just leave it. Don't stay where you are. You've already walked away from the board enough. We haven't even started the program. Speaking of walking away from responsibilities, Joe Biden had a speech in Philadelphia. Now, I'm not saying that he's walking away from responsibilities, but I'm just saying, is it the responsibility of the President of the United States to go to a city, a major metropolitan city in the United States, and really just throw some of the most incendiary remarks you can imagine, as many have put it, these just raging, highly controversial remarks. Things that you might want to, let's just put it this way. In the past, not too long ago, months ago, there would be media outlets that would be apoplectic, your word for the day, just out of their minds because of a president who would be speaking, I don't know, truths or maybe questioning some things that were happening with certain people in the other party and might have a question or two about Democrats and their motivations and Russia collusion hoaxes and using weaponizing bureaucracies and government entities against American citizens, like a lot of things like that, where the media just came together and just said, this is an outrage. How dare you say something like this? and then Joe Biden goes to Philadelphia and says some of the most incendiary remarks, racially discriminatory laws in Georgia. Where's the evidence? Today, yesterday's show was, what was our theme for yesterday's show? I'm trying to remember what it was. Today's theme might be, where's the evidence? Like, show us the evidence. There's way too many times politicians, look, across the board, everybody, and I don't have a problem with this, but too many times across the board, politicians will say something, will throw something out at you that not only is highly suspect, not only is incendiary, but as far as you know and any other people around you know, there's no evidence to support what you just said, and nobody questions it. Nobody asks the simple questions. Give us an example. Show us why you think this is the case. Why is it that Jen Psaki and the President of the United States use language like voting to show voter ID? This is an outrage. How dare you do something like this? This is something that is the most significant test of our democracy since the Civil War. Really? Can you give us an example of how that's the case? Because there might be some people that question what you're saying, but nobody seems to do that. And I wonder why that is. All right, so we're going to get to that coming up in just a second. Also, the governor of the state of Florida had a few things to say yesterday about what's going on in Cuba. And listen, he said it, and I don't know that I disagree when he says that Cubans, look, they don't want to just rearrange the deck chairs on the Titanic. They do want this time to be the time that there will be change. And I want to go through some of what he said. People here in Southwest Florida taking to the streets to demonstrate a solidarity with what's happening in Cuba and those protests, and more like an uprising, more understanding for the people that are there and knowing that enough is enough. Will this be the time? Will this be the moment? Yeah, that's hard to say, and you could probably hear it in my voice. I'm a little, I'm not skeptical of what they're doing or what they're trying to accomplish, just the results that are so tough to get because, boy, you got to have almost the perfect storm around for there to be regime change. And there comes a time when there will be way too many people in a country like Cuba that will look at their fellow countrymen and say, I'm not going to shoot that person. I am not going to arrest that person. I'm not doing this. I know what they're doing. And you're going to have that kind of solidarity, where there are going to be people, the government, that are not going to go that far because they understand what's happening as well. So we will get to some of that. And yeah, man, there's so much to touch on this morning. You know, listen, the whole Texas governor saying that he's going to arrest these Democrat lawmakers that left the state, you know, their own version of a filibuster. Anybody take a second to think about that? Like, the Democrats are always saying, you know, we got to get rid of the filibuster. We got to get rid of it. Absolutely. We can't filibuster. And then there go the Texas Democrats on planes. There they go. Hey, this is like a filibuster, right? When you leave and you're not. Is that what this is? I thought you guys don't like that. I thought Democrats don't like filibusters. Hey, come back. Yeah, that kind of thing. All right. You're going to have to back up words with actions. And I'll tell you, this is a moment where if this is all, if what Governor Abbott is saying in Texas is politically motivated. In other words, he's doing all this because maybe there's a presidential run in his future. And he wants to seem tough, and he wants to seem as if, or look as if he is in charge there in Texas, red state, obviously. People have been talking about him possibly being someone who may run. Who knows? Man, you're going to have to back these words up with actions. They're saying that they're talking about doing it. Well, we'll see when they get back. And you can only imagine how the media is going to spin that moment. All right. 239-479-5592. Let's get to this. Joe Biden in Philadelphia. Man, I got to tell you, there's a lot that I will be unpacking with this audio this morning. So just to give you an idea that Joe Biden didn't come out yesterday in Philadelphia and burning it up. Well, I mean, the incendiary talk, burning it up. But, you know, there's always a moment of Joe. You know, like almost like a morning cup of Joe, right?
Sit back with your morning cup of Joe.
Not a joke. All told, more than 150 Americans of every age, of every race, of every background exercise their right to vote.
How many?
Of every age, of every race, of every...
What? No, how many?
More than 150 Americans.
Woo! Did you know that more than 150 Americans exercise their right to vote? That's hard to believe. It really is hard to believe, but it's possible. It's what? Jake is like screaming and the mic's off. Why are you screaming?
Because, you know, it's very upsetting that this is almost laughable.
No, it is laughable. That's why didn't you hear the whole intro with the Morning Cup of Joe music? Of course it's laughable. That's why we do this.
Listen, I'm losing my mind.
No, I know you are. You're losing your mind. Many people are. But that's just a part of what he said. You have to get really into the other aspects of what he said that really are the bad part of all of this. Did you know it's the GOP and the racist GOP that is the problem, and we just have to call them out?
Some state legislators want to make it harder for you to vote. And if you vote, they want to be able to tell you your vote doesn't count for any reason they make up.
Really? Really? We're just going to... Is that what this is? That states are just making up reasons for your vote not to count? Look at those shoes. Who wears shoes like that? Nobody wear. You can't wear that shirt with that with those pants. I'm just trying to. And is there anything else we can come up with? What else could we come up with? Who puts ketchup on chicken? All right, well, maybe that was me yesterday with my son. I just couldn't. I'm looking at this. I'm like, chicken and ketchup. Does everything?
What kind of chicken?
Chicken.
Like regular chicken?
Regular chicken. Who puts?
That's unacceptable.
No, well, not regular chicken. It's the broasted, not the broasted. But I wish there was broasted chicken in Southwest Florida again. I'm talking about what's the one? The rotisserie. You know, where they put the chicken in the in that machine where it rolls around there with a gajillion other chickens, and then ultimately, you know, it's been there for a long time, and you're just wondering this doesn't really. It tastes interesting after a while. But that one, the roasted, the one you get in those machines there.
Can't judge them.
Nope. Oh wait, the machines that do the roast, or my son? No, I don't.
Your son.
Oh yes, I do. I'm not letting that person vote. Are you kidding me? Who puts ketchup on chicken? He cannot vote. He's not old enough to vote. But in some states, there may be some who would wish that he could.
Well, I think he might have a little bit more sense than the majority of people that are voting currently.
Oh, well, let's just put it this way. The Democrats don't want my son voting. There are some things that my son will do and won't do, and I'll tell you this. Here's something that my son won't do at 12 years old. He won't be told that he's not a conservative. And he will tell you exactly what he thinks about Democrats, and to a point that it gets a little uncomfortable, especially when you don't know people very well in the neighborhood. But there's more to what. Let's take a break. There's more to what Joe Biden had to say yesterday, and we're going to get to some of that audio, including again this notion of the Civil War and getting into the the most significant test of our democracy since the... Oh, just sit down! The hyperbole has to stop. Of course, he said it's not hyperbole, although that's the definition of it. You'll hear the audio. And then there's some other things that he said that I got to tell you when it comes to the issues that we have of voter integrity. He's in Philadelphia for a reason, everybody. In Pennsylvania, there's a reason why that spot was picked. A lot of news about election integrity out there, but does anybody want to hear? Oh, it's water under the bridge. It's chicken on the... it's ketchup on your chicken. You just got to let it go. I don't know. We'll talk about that coming up. Stay break 92.5 Fox News, right all along with traffic. Here's Therese O'Shea.
Roads out there busy early on this morning. On I-75 Alligator Alley, we have a vehicle fire from overnight still affecting mile marker 95 in the westbound direction. So that's technically I-75 northbound at mile marker 95. And that's causing a right-hand lane to still be shut down. You can get by in the left lane, but there are some slight delays because of that right lane closure. Looking good on the east side of the alley if you're heading toward the east coast. No slowdowns right now. Heading out through Estero, you see Corkscrew Road and 75. A lot of cones and barrels out there. All the overnight construction has cleared as far as any road closures or lane closures go right now. In Lehigh, a crash over at Lee Boulevard and State Road 82. Just seeing some slight delays there at the intersection. Quiet on the bridges between Cape Coral and Fort Myers and North Fort Myers into downtown. Only taking you about 2 minutes or so in each direction. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
After a warm and quiet start to the day, look out for scattered thunderstorms developing yet again for this afternoon with highs into the upper 80s and lower 90s. We cool down to 74 degrees to kick off your Thursday morning, but it will be warmer for tomorrow thanks to the fact that we should see more sunshine and a drier day with isolated storms and a high of 93 degrees. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
This is 92.5 Fox News.
This Fox News business report is presented by Sargent's Integrated Pest Solutions Incorporated, providing organic and botanical pest control solutions since 2011.
I'm Maria Bartiromo, and this is the Fox Business Report.
A New York City restaurant sets the Guinness World Record for the most expensive French fries, $200 a serving. Serendipity 3 created the fries with costly ingredients including Dom Perignon champagne and 23-carat edible gold dust. Delta Airlines is ramping up for post-pandemic growth with plans to buy or lease 36 used planes. Norwegian Cruise Line is suing Florida's Surgeon General over the state's vaccine passport ban, arguing it should be able to verify passengers' vaccination status when it sails from Miami on August 15th. And stocks retreat from record highs after a report showed inflation rising at the fastest pace in more than a decade. And the Dow dropped 107 points. I'm Carmen Roberts. That's your Fox Business Report, invested in you.
You spent a long time tucked into your home, tucked into your auto-playing streaming box. Not anymore. Now you can untuck a road trip, untuck a Saturday tailgate, then untuck a Sunday tailgate too. Untuck whatever you damn well please. And if you want to look good while doing it, untuck with the shirt made for this moment. Untuck It. Shirts designed to be worn untucked. Find your perfect fit at untuckit.com or one of 80-plus Untuck It stores nationwide. Use code SUNNY for 20% off your first purchase.
Hi, I'm Ty Laster, Managing Partner and CEO of Key City Capital. So why are we here in Southwest Florida? Well, at KCAP, our mission is to connect capital to wealth for all of our partners through passive real estate investments. And very simply, we generate and distribute double-digit returns for our investors by investing in single-family homes and apartments and unique alternative cash-flowing asset-backed investments.
Call us today at 239-330-2080 or check us out online today at kcap925.com.
Certified pre-owned vehicles are at Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral. They're just like new but cost thousands less. And Thursday through Sunday only, we're selling them at once-in-a-lifetime bargain prices. It's the Certified Summer Closeout event at Sutherland. Certified Rogue $15,788. Certified Ultima $12,988. Both with a 100,000-mile warranty. Shop our biggest and best certified inventory we've ever had, All of them look, feel, and drive new. Even you won't be able to tell the difference, but your wallet will. Save thousands now on all our certified vehicle selection. Rogue 15,788, Ultima 12,988. Plus get a 100,000-mile warranty. Hurry before you miss out. Get to Florida's #1 Nissan dealer by Sunday. Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral. Your used car megastore. Online at flnissan.com. If you don't shop Sutherland, you'll pay too much. See dealer for details.
Hey guys, there is some important news that all men should take very seriously. Your prostate health. Are you urinating more frequently? Are you waking up at night to urinate? Are you sick and tired of prostate pills that just don't work? Sound familiar? If you are one of the millions of men with prostate problems that are driving you nuts, there is some great news. Prostagenics is the all-natural product that beat over 157 other prostate supplements in lab tests and was rated the #1 most powerful prostate supplement in the world. #1, because it works. So why not try some Prostagenics, and your prostate troubles will be a thing of the past. You'll get a great night's sleep and stop waking up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom. To get your free bottle of Prostagenics, call now 800-600-2020. That's 1-800-600-2020. Take advantage of our 90-day money-back guarantee. Call 800-600-2020. Do it now.
When was the last time you checked in on your insurance? Give CIG a chance to review your current coverage and find you better rates. Hi, this is Brian Chapman at Chapman Insurance Group. My team and I are dedicated to finding you the best suited coverage at the best rates. Give us an opportunity to quote your home, auto, business, or flood policy. I'm confident we can save you money for the same or better coverage. Qualified agents are standing by. Visit CIGFlorida.com or call an office near you today. Naples, Fort Myers, Cape Coral, Port Charlotte, and Punta Gorda. CIGFlorida.com.
Hannity at 3 and Drive Home with Trey Radel at 5. Now, back to Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
All right, 239-479-5592, the talk and text line, streaming live. DrewSteele.com is the website. Steele has 3 E's. We appreciate you watching the program. Thank you so much for that. Let's see what some stories that we're going to touch on. Don't let Randy Weingarten whitewash her role in school closures. What a great article this is in the New York Post. President of the American Federation of Teachers. You don't get to rewrite the legacy. Who was it that made our kids not be able to go back to schools and the issues of masking and not masking? And boy, there's still some of that going on. We're going to talk about that. There's a lot of gaslighting going on. Is there some evidence that would show everybody that maybe if you're going to be hired for something like chemistry at universities, schools, if you're going to be hired as someone who's going to do that specifically, a STEM field, is it true now that in order to get that STEM, to be able to be someone who's a professor teaching STEM, you have to address issues of race and racism? You betcha. But CRT doesn't exist. It's in your brain. It's an imaginary thing, or an imaginary thing, as Jake would like to say. I don't know. There's a lot of this going on. Plus, roasted chicken. Somebody says they know where it exists in Southwest Florida. I don't believe it. All right, we'll find out coming up.
This is Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News.
It's Kaylee Kobe with your Kobe Coin Tip of the Day. I may only be a kid, but I'm smart enough to know not to fall for those cheap clean and check offers. I know you can't get a real AC mechanic for $30. Don't fall for the bait and switch ads. Your air conditioner would tell you to only use Nate certified mechanics for service, like my dad at Kobe Cooling, real service and real mechanics, not flake clean and tune salesmen. Call Kobe Cooling at 239-482-1542. Again, at 239-482-1542. When you think of air conditioning companies, we hope you'll think of Kobe Cooling. No nonsense, no pressure. We're the company your neighbors use. License CAC 057313. Kobe, the most trusted name in the business since 1949.
This is Mike Roberts, Vice President at Mortgage Warehouse, Southwest Florida's mortgage price leader and home of the no closing cost mortgage. No points, no hidden fees, no loan costs, period. If the mortgage you have right now was done prior to COVID-19, you should call us for a free review. At Mortgage Warehouse, we understand how frustrating it can be to make your mortgage payment month after month, and the loan balance just doesn't seem to go down. The payment is mostly interest, but we can help with that. We can combine near record low mortgage rates with our local no closing cost program to improve your mortgage payment right away. You do not have to roll any closing costs into your loan balance to get these ultra low mortgage rates. You can apply online at mortgagewarehouse.com or call 313-5000. That's 313-5000. mortgagewarehouse.com.
Certain restrictions apply. NMLS ID 137154, Equal Housing Lender.
Dave Spano from Annex Wealth Management. Life is feeling more like it used to. Things we missed are coming back. A family visit, time with friends, a trip to someplace special, and putting things in order. Annex can be your partner when it comes to investment and retirement planning, so you can turn your attention to what really matters, living your best life. There's so many moving pieces when it comes to proper planning. Spend your time doing things that bring you joy. A trip to annexwealth.com is the place to start. Click the Get Started button. We'll take a look at your current investments and see what works and what doesn't. From there, we'll present unbiased advice with the goal of creating an investment and retirement plan for you and your family that includes tax and estate planning. This is important and time is precious. Partner with a local fee-only fiduciary. That's Annex Wealth Management, annexwealth.com.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. As negotiations continue on a bipartisan infrastructure spending plan, things like roads and bridges, Democrats could go it alone on more spending opposed by Republicans.
Democrats on the Senate Budget Committee say they've reached an agreement for $3.5 trillion in spending over the next decade on what they call human infrastructure. That plan calls for spending on anti-poverty programs, fighting climate change, and other plans backed by President Biden.
Fox's Jill Nato. 72 people are reported killed in this week's violence in South Africa, many trampled during looting. Kanita Hunter with News 24 South Africa tells Fox.
The police completely overburdened, unable to stop these violent and looting scenes that unfolded in the country.
The violence started after the arrest of former President Jacob Zuma. America's listening to Fox News.
Wink News, traffic.
Roads out there busy early on this morning. On I-75 Alligator Alley, we have a vehicle fire from overnight still affecting mile marker 95 in the westbound direction. So that's technically I-75 northbound at mile marker 95. And that's causing a right-hand lane to still be shut down. You can get by in the left lane, but there are some slight delays because of that right lane closure. Looking good on the east side of the alley if you're heading toward the east coast. No slowdowns right now. Heading out through Estero, you see Corkscrew Road and 75. A lot of cones and barrels out there. All the overnight construction has cleared as far as any road closures or lane closures go right now. In Lehigh, a crash over at Lee Boulevard and State Road 82. Just seeing some slight delays there at the intersection. Quiet on the bridges between Cape Coral and Fort Myers and North Fort Myers into downtown. Only taking you about 2 minutes or so in each direction. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Tuesday, Southwest Florida. Look for another day featuring scattered thunderstorms, especially for the afternoon as temperatures warm to near 90 degrees. Things wind down as we head into tonight. We'll be left with temperatures in the middle 70s under a partly cloudy sky, waking up in your Wednesday morning. With another day featuring additional scattered thunderstorms, periods of heavy rain and frequent lightning will be possible in another high near 90 degrees. Thursday, though, will be a little bit drier. Storm chances drop off to isolated, though we will be warmer with that, a high of 93 degrees on tap for your Thursday afternoon. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
The antidote to the anti-conservatives. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
People sometimes may wonder why they need a big law firm after their injury. Imagine you're on your way to work and then bam, your whole life changes. You're injured and now you have to fight for justice. Your opponent is not the driver of the car that hit you. it's their insurance company. When you're fighting to get what you deserve, it's go big or go home. When it comes to law, size matters. We're America's largest injury law firm, Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
When it's hot, the last thing you want is your home's AC to quit on you. At 1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating, our team of comfort specialists take the frustration out of the equation. From simple repairs to more complex fixes, we'll get you cool and comfortable quickly. Call 855-1-HOUR for $50 off your repair or visit onehourair.com and keep your cool. Beer.
Always on time or you don't pay time.
Terms and conditions may apply. Independently owned and operated, licensed in their respective state or county.
Where do designers store their clients' furniture when doing an estate home remodel? Rice's Moving and Transport in Naples. With over 10,000 square feet of air-conditioned storage space, designers use Rice's Moving and Transport for one reason: trust. They know Rice's Moving team will pad wrap and inspect all articles carefully, then securely store them. Contractors use Rice's during a remodel to store customers' personal items too. Upon completion, everything is then returned to your home, completely unpacked and carefully reassembled. Another important point to consider when selecting a mover is this: only a handful of moving companies actually follow all the laws. Many moving companies simply pay employees in cash. This creates an issue for you as they are not insured. If there's an accident, you're responsible. So if you're planning a whole home or condo remodel or need help moving and storing your treasured furniture and valuables, trust Rice's Moving and Transport, fully licensed and insured for your peace of mind. Rice'sMoving.net, moving you into the future.
Greetings from Health Plan Network. First, a sincere thank you to the gang at WFSX and their loyal listeners. The response to our recent individual health insurance ads have been phenomenal. Second, a short history lesson. When the federal government made their last attempt at socialized medicine or Obamacare, most insurance companies refused to participate, leaving millions with no choice but the high premiums and deductibles on the marketplace. On the other hand, our clients were able to keep their non-cancelable coverage and have enjoyed low premiums and great coverage for the last 7 years. The new administration has promised yet another run at their stated goal of nationalized health insurance. If you're on Obamacare, uninsured, or on COBRA, now is the time to act. Protect yourself and family with non-cancelable coverage guaranteed to age 65 now. Call me at 239-368-6712 or go to our website at healthplannetwork.net. That's 239-368-6712 or go to healthplannetwork.net. We can help.
Look and feel your best with Dr. Patrick Flaherty, hosted by me, Gina Birch. Want to hear the latest from an expert? Tune in Saturday at 10 a.m. and hear all the latest innovations in non-surgical, surgical, and lifestyle ideas to help you look and feel your best. Dr. Patrick Flaherty is known for his faces, the fabulous Azul Spa, and now you get your hour with this doctor every Saturday at 10 a.m. Dr. Patrick Flaherty's show is Look and Feel Your Best, hosted by me, Gina Birch. Tune in this Saturday at 10 a.m. and hear how to look and feel your best.
Lusk, Drasites, and Talisano believes winning cases is no accident. Your case is important. Pick a firm with resources to actually prosecute your case. If your case is accepted, you're guaranteed to not pay a single penny in fees or costs unless you get a favorable settlement or verdict. Lusk, Drasites, and Talisano has over 35 years of experience handling personal injury cases in Florida. Visit LDTlaw.com for a free consultation today. Winning is no accident. Lusk, Drasites, and Talisano. LDTlaw.com.
Jason and Todd believe in value. They're direct diamond importers and hand select each diamond directly from the cutters. By cutting out the middlemen, the Diamond District offers the best quality diamonds at the lowest prices, and they pass that savings on to you.
At the Diamond District.
This is Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News. Back to Daybreak with Drew Steele.
And we are elected officials that are supposed to represent we the people. This is not about partisanship. It's about patriotism to this country and our forefathers for putting this in place and creating the greatest country on the face of this planet.
All right, just some of the words from yesterday. A little hard to hear, but that was from the over 120, I think it was 126 plus, maybe in the 130s, the amount of people who wanted to speak in Collier County last night. For the Bill of Rights sanctuary city. So, yes, you can applaud. Jake is applauding there. And while many people would look at that and say, slam dunk, this is easy. a Bill of Rights sanctuary city. In other words, if the federal government says you have to do fill in the blank, and we all know that it's an unconstitutional thing that they are asking us to do, that we just don't cooperate with something that is unconstitutional. I mean, is it that simple? That's all it was. It's just saying that this ordinance here in this county will not do and abide by unconstitutional actions of the federal government. That seems, or would you rather have the opposite? You know what? If the federal government is doing something unconstitutional, let's just go along with it. We're going to back them up 100%, everybody. You better believe. I mean, this is a slam dunk. So how did it go last night? Well, if you're wondering, commissioners ended up voting for it after all of these people had a chance to speak, after some even promised that they were going to vote for it, ultimately voted against it. 3-2 against making it a sanctuary county ordinance. So what does all of this mean ultimately? Why would they say no? And some of maybe the, I don't want to say shenanigans, but some of the language behind the scenes and then in front of the scenes. And yeah, we'll get to that coming up this morning. A little more on that because we talked about it yesterday. Representative Bob Rommel's going to join us. I think he's going to join us at like 7:05. Is that right? I don't know. Jake's going to find out right now. So I believe he'll give us the latest on that. All right, John in Lehigh said that there is a great spot in Southwest Florida for roasted chicken. I brought that up earlier. Did people text about that as well? 239-479-5592. I don't have the text line up in front of me. It's a computer thing. It's a me thing. I didn't. Okay. But I mentioned that. Back in the, I remember back in the late 70s, early 80s, I remember in Cape Coral, to be exact, there was a place that you could go to get roasted chicken. It was pretty amazing. It changes people's lives. There is?
Should I say a couple? Because I think there's two.
There's a couple that do roasted chicken?
Yeah, it says Get Buckets to Go, and then Alva Diner a lot.
Do they? Alva Diner does? Really? All right. Well, I'm going to find out. It'll change your world. That's, if I remember it from 40 years ago. 40?
What?
Yeah. If I remember roasted chicken 35 to 40 years ago, I think it was pretty good. No? Yeah? No, maybe not 40, 30 years ago. Listen, I'm not good at chemistry. 239-479-5592. Yeah, I was just bringing that up earlier, another topic that we're going to touch on. University of California, San Diego is requiring new assistant professors in the science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. That's STEM for you kids out there. You probably didn't know that. Why is that a big reveal? Yeah, you have to address the issues of race and racism. That is right, everybody, according to a job application posted to the university's website. You know, a website at a university where they don't even do anything when it comes to critical race theory or even K through 12. We're not even doing anything that has to do with critical race theory until you find out that's exactly, that's something else, right? That's not going to be STEM professors. Oh, yeah. The university's website says the Department of Chemistry and Biochemistry is hiring an assistant principal that must be able to, quote, design and teach undergraduate courses that align with the African American Studies minor and the Black Diaspora and African American Studies major, or supplement it by creating a course that fulfills the school's, quote, diversity, equity, and inclusion requirement. Candidates must also have completed research or service that has advanced, quote, anti-racism, anti-oppression, equity, and justice. Hired faculty will be asked to engage with scholars across disciplines to, quote, address issues of race and racism, access and equity, and social and political influences focused on STEM, public health, health sciences. Listen. The problem with this is that you may be thinking, well, listen, it's a public university. It's a private university. We already know that the theory of critical theory and critical race theory started there a long time ago as some kind of wacky, crazy kind of theory idea that has been there. It's just in academia. It's not going to make its way to K through 12 teaching. Really, is that what you think? Like that's just UC San Diego. It's nobody's going to look into this or suggest this to our schools here in Southwest Florida. We do have a diversity, equity, and inclusion individual, a person who runs the department right there, and I believe in even Lee and Collier County schools, right? And did they meet with them and discuss how they're doing as with regard to this diversity, equity, and inclusion in their teaching and maybe the requirements that the district has? Are they? No. Listen, don't even worry about it. It's not, there's nothing here. No, there's a lot here. There's a lot here. Does he know about this? Is that okay? All right, we're going to get to Joe Biden in Philadelphia, and I really want to dig into some of what he said yesterday. That audio is coming up in just a second, but I know I started something here. So, all right, I'm all right with this. James is in Fort Myers. James, roasted chicken, what do you know about it? I need the answers.
Okay, this is called Steve's Place. He was the old Alva Diner. He has moved to North Fort Myers. He is on Bayshore Road, just west of Tractor Supply. And he has the best roasted chicken around.
What is it about?
The only roasted chicken I know of.
What is it about roasted chicken, James? What is it?
Well, it's just a deep fried, like you can get a whole chicken deep fried, all white meat for like $12.99.
Well, I'm not. You don't have to tell me all the specials and everything. Okay, you don't have to tell me about the side dishes. That's not what I'm asking. I'm saying literally. No. I hate to use the word literally, but what is it about? It's just there's something about it. It's just,
Yeah, they drop it in the deep fryer and it comes out crispy and juicy and it's a game changer.
It is a game changer and chaser. All right, thanks, James. You just now I'm starving. Telling you, there's something about I don't know if that's what it is. It's just a deep fried, but I thought it was something else.
Eat their ASAP.
Oh boy, yeah. All right, Joe Biden yesterday. Some of the things that he said, the incendiary comments, one of them pretty incendiary and funny. As we go back to the hyperbole, we just got to throw that hyperbole out there on the heels of Jen Psaki, who said pretty much the same exact thing, that when it comes to voting in this country, voter ID, voting rights, and some of the changes that are being made in states where we know states like Georgia and Florida and other states who are concerned about election integrity and are just tightening things up and asking for identification and actually are making it easier to vote than even Joe Biden's home state of Delaware. How many times when people have been asked about this specifically, give me the specifics as to how people are being denied their rights to vote. Oh, no, we can't. Hey, look at Doc. And here we go with Jen Psaki.
He'll also decry efforts to strip the right to vote as authoritarian and anti-American, and stand up against the notion that politicians should be allowed to choose their voters or to subvert our system by replacing independent election authorities with partisan ones. And he will highlight the work of the administration against this, the necessity of passing the For the People Act and the John Lewis Voting Rights Advancement Act, and how we need to work together with civil rights organizations to build as broad a turnout and voter education system to overcome the worst challenge to our democracy since the Civil War.
Oh, there's Joe Biden.
I've said it before. We're facing the most significant test of our democracy since the Civil War. That's not hyperbole. Since the Civil War.
That's exactly what hyperbole is. The definition of hyperbole is, I'm so hungry I could eat a horse. Hyperbole.
We're facing the most significant test of our democracy since the Civil War.
That's what it is. Anyway, okay. I'm not going to go into definitions of, okay. We're not. This isn't the most significant test of our democracy since the Civil War, but man, do Democrats and this president absolutely positively want to stoke the fires of hatred in this country and this idea that you, because you're a conservative, because you're a Republican, because you are not a lefty, you're not a communist, you're not a social, you're not a liberal, you're not a Democrat, that you are racist. And if you don't believe it, I mean, again, a big portion of what he said yesterday, and listen to this.
Some state legislators want to make it harder for you to vote. And if you vote, they want to be able to tell you your vote doesn't count for any reason they make up. They want the ability to reject the final count and ignore the will of the people if their preferred candidate loses.
And then he says,
And they're trying, not only targeting people of color, they're targeting voters of all races and backgrounds. It's with a simple target. Who did not vote for them? That's the target.
really? Where's your evidence? Where's your evidence? You got to explain. And they won't. And they'll make it about, and they'll make up some word, some phrase, some catchy, I don't know, the most significant test of our democracy since the Civil War. And they'll keep coming back with that. But again, it really is outrageous. And if that wasn't enough, I guess he said out loud what everybody knows behind the scenes. Talking about election integrity and safeguards to make sure that we don't go through, 2020 is a whole different story, and we're going to dig into that as well, because there's some things that the president said in Philadelphia that have to be pushed back against and have to be questioned with regards to the 2020 election, and some things that are just known. These are not phrases or ideology or hyperbole. We know everything about Jim Crow on steroids. It makes Jim Crow look like Jim Eagle and whatever else he said.
Not a joke.
It is a joke. Then we get to this. By the way, 78% of the American people want voter ID. They support voter ID requirements. So get this. Then he says what many people have talked about, the quiet part out loud, and here you go.
It's no longer just about who gets to vote or making it easier for eligible voters to vote. It's about who gets to count the vote. Who gets to count whether or not your vote counted at all.
It's about who gets to count the votes. Huh. Is that a big part of what this is? It's about who gets to count the votes. Who would the Democrats like to count the votes? Well, we should bring third-party people in there. We should have ballot harvesting. We got to make it easy. Really? Okay. Who should be counting the votes? Well, it shouldn't be partisan. Really? Okay. How would you go about this? Who do you think should be counting the votes? Unaccountable bureaucrats? Is that what you're talking about? You know, he goes on to talk about independent election administrators. What does that look like? Yeah, Democrats want to do everything they can to get the voting in this country out of the hands locally and into the hands federally. Because overwhelmingly, if you're going to go to the federal government and you're trying to figure out where Democrats live, yeah. All right, 239-479-5592. When we come back, we've got more from Governor DeSantis and his warning on Cuba and some of what he said yesterday, and we'll get to that. Also, I believe Bob Rommel's going to join us, Representative Bob Rommel, in just a little bit to tell us more about last night's commission vote against Collier County being a Bill of Rights sanctuary. Why? What's up with that? All right, we'll talk about that coming up. Stay break 92.5, Fox News, right all along. By the way, drewsteele.com, the website. Steele has 3 E's if you want to watch. Thank you so much for that. It's Ray Soche has traffic.
Good morning. We have a new crash on State Road 31 right near Shirley Lane. That's heading northbound toward Babcock Ranch. You'll notice delays on that stretch of 31 because of the crash. No word on any injuries out there. Alligator Alley still dealing with a right lane closed off at mile marker 95. Heading westbound coming from State Road 29 or coming from the East Coast in general, going to be a tough commute out there, as FDOT's just telling us it's going to be another 2 hours before we get that scene of an overnight vehicle fire cleared up. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
After a warm and quiet start to the day, look out for scattered thunderstorms developing yet again for this afternoon with highs into the upper 80s and lower 90s. We cool down to 74 degrees, kick off your Thursday morning, but will be warmer for tomorrow thanks to the fact that we should see more sunshine and a drier day with isolated storms and a high of 93 degrees. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window, and we would like to manufacture and install your windows. Only New South offers true factory direct windows to you. Only New South has award-winning windows that are made and designed specifically for our Florida weather. Every single New South window is custom manufactured just for your home. These are high-performance, energy-efficient windows, and now you can buy 2 windows and get the third absolutely free. Visit us at newsouthwindow.com or call for your factory direct pricing.
Call now, 1-800-NEW-WINDOWS.
Dr. Shane Walker here at Thrive Chiropractic and host of the Wellness Hour on 92.5 Fox News for nearly 20 years. And let's face it, many of us are really stressed right now, and that is creating an increase in the number of folks who are dealing with neck pain, headaches, tension across the upper mid-back, anxiety and nervousness. And if you haven't experienced the release of tension that a chiropractic adjustment can produce within your nervous system, go to thrivenaples.com. That's Thrive, Thrive, Naples.com for a special offer. That's thrivenaples.com.
NCH Heart Institute is home to the most experienced and most dedicated team of physicians and nurses in Southwest Florida. Over the past 30 years, NCH Heart Institute has mastered the quality, the care, and the holistic patient experience that can only be found within a nationally ranked heart institute. Caring for a patient, mind, heart, and body. That's the cornerstone of our critical care team, which ranks in the top 2% of all hospitals in America. NCH Heart Institute, at the heart of what matters most.
What's it like being an installer at Closet Factory? It's one of those jobs people think is cool, like being a boat captain, bartending somewhere famous, something on a train. I mean, it's your job to bring a designer's and our client's idea to life with your own hands, right? For a talented person who loves working hard and creating with their hands, there's something beautiful about it.
Closet Factory is looking for talented people just like that.
Me? Well, what's that thing they say? If you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life. Being an installer for Closet Factory is definitely not for everyone, or something everyone has the talent to do. But people that love hard work and love creating with tools in their hands and can communicate with designers and artists. Someone that hears this and gets jazzed by the idea. This is one of those jobs where people love and don't call it work.
For more information on what it's like being a Closet Factory installer and if it's the perfect job for you, call today, 239-225-7235. 239-225-7235. Closet Factory is an equal opportunity employer.
If you're ready for an oil change, trust the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts to recommend the best products for your car. Right now, get 5 quarts of Valvoline full synthetic motor oil and a Wix filter for $33.99. Plus, get a $10 gift card after mail-in rebate and double O-Rewards points. Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts today or visit O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
At Mr. Sparky, we're America's on-time electrician. Flickering lights and hot switches can be annoying, but they can also signal a major problem, or worse, an electrical emergency. So play it safe and leave it to the experts at Mr. Sparky. Trust our team of professional, clean, and friendly electricians. We'll get it done right and get it done safely.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888.
Independently owned and operated, licensed in the respective state or county.
At Johnson Spinal Care 596 Back, I strive to offer the highest level of care for those suffering with back and neck problems. With unparalleled service and our award-winning non-surgical spinal decompression approach, thousands of people have chosen us to treat their back or neck problems. If you are seeking lasting relief that is proven effective without needles or surgery, then call today to see if you may be a candidate. This completely safe treatment can be effective for many conditions, including sciatica, ruptured or herniated discs, facet syndrome, compressed nerves, arthritis, and spinal stenosis. Additionally, people who had failed back surgery in the past often find incredible relief from spinal decompression. At Johnson Spinal Care, all our treatments are drug-free and non-surgical. We use new and comprehensive approaches that provide lasting relief. Johnson Spinal Care is here to serve you. Call our Medicare-friendly office today for an immediate, no-charge telephone consultation. 596-BACK. 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
Is foot pain making your life miserable? The Good Feet store specializes in foot pain relief. Call 552-FEET or visit us at the Good Feet store in Naples or our newest location in Fort Myers. Or stop in for a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
Getting older has its advantages. Early bird dinners, senior discounts, day drinking. If you're one of the millions turning 65 soon, it might be time to take a look at your insurance options. Original Medicare, Medicare Advantage, so much to keep in mind. At Millennium Physician Group, half our patients are 65 plus. No matter what insurance benefits you choose, make sure your Millennium primary care doctor is part of your plan and your connection to a healthier life. Millennium Physician Group. Connect today. 844-CALL-MPG, millenniumphysician.com.
I trust Rock Solid.
I trust Rock Solid.
I trust Rock Solid.
I'm an interior designer and I trust Rock Solid.
If you're looking for just the right countertops for your home, the choice is simple. Rock Solid.
I'm a contractor and I trust Rock Solid.
I trust Rock Solid.
I trust Rock Solid.
Whether you're a homeowner or a contractor who wants the finest countertops, choose Rock Solid, a company you can trust.
Rock Solid in the Pink Building, 2240 JNC Boulevard, Naples. Rock Solid. We don't stop at just countertops.
92.5 WFSX Estero. It's 7 o'clock on Southwest Florida's news and talk station, 92.5 Fox News. This is 92.5 Fox News. Democrats on their own. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News.
It seems that the spending is just way out of control.
Republicans like Senator Shelley Moore Capito, who helped work out a bipartisan compromise on infrastructure, oppose what the Democrats plan to pass along with it. Fox's Rachel Sutherland has more live.
Dave, this is track 2 of President Biden's infrastructure proposals. The Senate Budget Committee has a framework for $3.5 trillion legislation focusing on human infrastructure, including social welfare programs and climate initiatives. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer.
It's time to rebuild our infrastructure, create millions of good-paying jobs, particularly for those who've been unable to get those jobs.
Democrats are planning to use budget reconciliation to pass a proposal, but first, Congress will need to pass a $1 trillion bipartisan bill funding core infrastructure. Dave?
Rachel, the president is scolding Republicans for red state election reforms.
Some state legislators want to make it harder for you to vote. And if you vote, they want to be able to tell you your vote doesn't count.
51 Texas Democratic lawmakers remain in Washington after leaving the state to block voting on a new GOP-backed law.
Texas Republican Governor Greg Abbott blocked lawmaker pay after Democrats walked out of the state house in May over the same issue. He told Fox News Radio's Guy Benson,
"This is an abdication of duty by people who were elected to go to the Capitol in Austin, Texas to get a job done."
Texas Republican lawmakers voted to have the Democrats arrested, though state law enforcement has no power to make arrests in D.C.
Fox's Jessica Rosenthal. COVID cases have been rising in the U.S. All but 2 states have increases. In Georgia,
Dr. Cheryl Drenzek, the Georgia Department of Public Health state epidemiologist, says if you look at the state's case count alone over the last 2 weeks,
we've really seen an increase of over 60%.
That was Beth Galvin reporting with Fox 5 TV in Atlanta. America's listening to Fox News.
This update is presented by Lee Auto Group. Find your perfect vehicle at lee-cars.com.
Wink News, traffic.
Good morning. We have a new crash on State Road 31 right near Shirley Lane. That's heading northbound toward Babcock Ranch. You'll notice delays on that stretch of 31 because of the crash. No word on any injuries out there. Alligator Alley still dealing with a right lane closed off at mile marker 95. Heading westbound coming from State Road 29 or coming from the East Coast in general. Going to be a tough commute out there as FDOT's just telling us it's going to be another 2 hours before we get that scene of an overnight vehicle fire cleared up. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Tuesday, Southwest Florida. Look for another day featuring scattered thunderstorms, especially for the afternoon as temperatures warm to near 90 degrees. Things wind down as we head into tonight. We'll be left with temperatures in the middle 70s under a partly cloudy sky, waking up in your Wednesday morning. With another day featuring additional scattered thunderstorms, periods of heavy rain and frequent lightning will be possible in another high near 90 degrees. Thursday, though, will be a little bit drier. Storm chances drop off to isolated, though we will be warmer with that, a high of 93 degrees on tap for your Thursday afternoon. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
You don't have to feel distant. Come join the conversation.
I just want to say I love America because everyone gets a voice.
This is 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
Hi, I'm Kyle Lee with Lee Auto Group. We want your car, truck, van, or SUV today. We are paying top dollar for clean vehicles. Before you sell or trade, call Lee Auto Group to get the most money for your car. Lee Auto Group, lee-cars.com. Don't forget the dash.
Lee Auto Group is looking for quality pre-owned vehicles. Let them make your buying or selling experience easy and safe. Contact Lee Auto Group at 239-288-7374 or visit lee-cars.com.
Don't forget the dash.
Ooh, a fondue set. Now I need to find a coupon code.
Not anymore, Susan. Capital One Shopping instantly searches for available coupon codes and automatically applies them at checkout.
Wait, instantly?
It's called shopping smart, not hard. Download Capital One Shopping to your computer for free and let it do the work for you.
Don't mind if I fondue.
Haha, that's kind of cheesy. Capital One Shopping. It's kind of genius. What's in your wallet?
Savings and available coupons vary.
Hey, this is Papa with Casey, Carrie, and Cody. And as most of you know, when Irma hit in September of 2017, thousands of people tried unsuccessfully to call a roofing company. But all the roofers were so overwhelmed, they could not handle or even answer those calls. Now here we are, 4 years later, and many of those same people are still waiting to have their roofs repaired. So we are implementing our proactive list. If you want to be on our list, call me for our free tolerance inspection. Once we inspect your roof, you will be on the proactive list. If or when the next storm hits, you will have no need to call any roofer because we will be calling you automatically to see if you need help. We can offer emergency repairs and tarp service or whatever your roof requires. Call Papa now for our free tolerance inspection, 945-2700. We believe it's wise to be proactive and it costs you nothing to join our list. Call Papa for our free tolerance inspection at 945-2700. That's 945-2700, area code 239-945-2700.
License number CCC 1326213.
Dial star 2020. Friends, I care.
Trey Riddle, your host of The Drive here. It's summer. It is ridiculously hot, and you know it. You wearing glasses? How about contacts? I dealt with glasses and contacts for more summers than I can even begin to count. It's terrible. Go get LASIK today with Dr. France and his team. In fact, France Eye Care wants to help you get back to the grind, soon back to school, and back to everything with a $1,000 off of bilateral LASIK. Experience matters, technology matters, and high-quality results matter. That's why I trusted Dr. France and his team with my eyes. Now, again, for a limited time, take advantage of France's Eye Care's Back to the Grind, $1,000 off bilateral LASIK special. Get it today. Dial star 2020 from your mobile phone. Be on your way to better vision and a better life.
Friends, I care.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steve.
Well, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line, streaming live. DrewSteele.com is the website. Steele has 3 E's. We do appreciate you watching the program. The governor had a few things to say, talking about the Cuban regime yesterday as the centerpiece of any malign actor who wants to be involved in the Western Hemisphere against American interests. Took issue with an official of the Biden administration, talking about that the protests were triggered by a vaccine shortage, and others who stated that the protests were about a lack of groceries. Really, that's all it is there in Cuba. And then, of course, the statement that was made by the DHS Secretary Mayorkas, who was talking about Cuban migrants, asylum seekers who are trying to come to the U.S. via boat. I mean, you know, asylum seekers, you're talking about everything you already know for 62 years that has been happening in the country of Cuba, what is happening there with the communist regime. And it's DHS Mayorkas who said,
"Allow me to be clear. If you take to the sea, you will not come to the United States."
Oh, he said more than that. Oh, there's even more. So that's right. Cuban refugees that are fleeing, don't come here. Whoa. Yeah, there's lots more. We'll get to that coming up. All right. Again, 239-479-5592. So, yesterday it should have been a slam dunk. You think of somebody there's 10 seconds left in an NBA final. All you have to do is make an easy layup. Somebody gets the ball from one side of the court, tosses it down to the other side of the court. You're the only person standing under the bucket. You could take 5 seconds before you even jump to take the dunk. It's that easy, that simple. And you decide to hold the ball for whatever reason. It's like if Jake went to the break room and nobody wanted to touch the Slim Jim because it's been sitting there for months and months and months, and Jake is like, this is a slam dunk. All I eat are Slim Jims. Should I buy the Slim Jim? Of course I should buy the Slim Jim. Of course he will do that. That is a slam dunk. Yesterday, some may say that the commission there in Collier County had what we would call a slam dunk, an easy decision to make on the Bill of Rights sanctuary in Collier County. And how did it go? Well, Representative Bob Rommel was there, and he's here. So...
Good morning, Drew. And I think that's a great analogy. I spoke at that meeting yesterday at about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and there were, quite a few people there that were speaking up and supporting the bill that would make Collier County a sanctuary county, supporting the Bill of Rights.
Yeah. Now, do me a favor before you go on, Bob. Just for everybody, so they understand. What was it specifically, this ordinance? What was it going to do that would make it such a slam dunk, something easy that the decision should have been a no-brainer?
That the sheriff, who's an elected official, would only enforce laws that are constitutional.
There's more to it, right? I mean, it's got to be more complicated than that. I mean, it's...
Well, unfortunately, it's not.
Okay.
It's
that's simple. Okay.
Like you, I thought that the vote would be 5-0. A matter of fact, one of the commissioners that actually voted no came to my office 2 weeks ago after they originally had a meeting about putting it on the agenda, and that barely passed. It passed 3-2, and told me that they would support the bill. When I went in there yesterday afternoon, people told me that they thought the bill was going to fail. I kind of laughed. I said, no, the bill will be 5-0. This is easy. Everybody that I know, Republican, Democrat, independent, non-voter, believes that we should only enforce laws that are constitutional.
Yeah, and it didn't go that way, everybody. So there were probably 125 plus people that were able to speak about this, right? There were plenty of people there. The place was packed. And,
it was packed. And this time, though, they actually had a bunch of people speaking against it, and it seems like the League of Women Voters were organized and brought people in there that didn't believe that the bill was necessary or it should pass, and they also spoke.
Right. And they were, I'm sure, few, but they were there. And so how did they end up voting? They voted 3-2 against it.
In opposition, and what was kind of tricky, too, so they voted it down. But somehow, and I don't even know if it's legal, I don't know county laws, in the back pocket of Commissioner Penny Taylor, all of a sudden at 9 o'clock at night, there was a resolution to basically say that we'll do it as a resolution, but not as an ordinance. And then they put that on the board and did vote 5-0. But I don't think that was on the agenda, so I'm not even sure that should have been brought up.
It's again, unreal because it seems like such a slam dunk. So what we want the sheriff to do is to follow unconstitutional laws. Just go ahead and do that and feel comfortable in knowing that we should not only do that, but the suggestion, I guess, by commissioners is hey, if it's good for them, it's good for everybody. Maybe we do the same thing. I mean, it's, I'm being tongue in cheek here, but at the same time, again, Bob, this was easy. This is not tough.
Well, it shouldn't have been tough, but it's the same three commissioners that continually vote for tax increases on the citizens.
Well, yeah. By the way, who were they? Who were the three that voted against?
Let me finish too. And it's the same three that voted to mandate masks on citizens in Collier County during the pandemic, even though there was no evidence that it did anything. The three were Penny Taylor, Andy Solis, and Bert Saunders.
Oh. The same. Okay.
The same.
Yeah.
It's just Drew. This is every one of us that are elected put our hands on a Bible and swear to uphold the Constitution. Period.
Yeah. Well, it's also the frustration when we're constantly hearing people talking about our democracy, our democracy. It's a democracy. It's not a democracy. We're a constitutional republic, and we don't talk about that enough. I'm not even sure if kids are being taught that necessarily. Maybe they are, but it's just like in passing. But again, go ahead.
They're probably not taught that.
Yeah, maybe not.
If you hear the rhetoric even from Joe Biden, he talks about our democracy, and I'm sure he's not sure what state he's in right now. But
yeah, and I think ultimately, what we take away from yesterday, and maybe you can speak to this and then we can get going, but it's this. There are a lot of elected officials, quite honestly, that need to go. There are elected officials who will promise you one thing to your face and turn around instantly and do quite the opposite. And I don't know if it's because they're feeling heat and pressure from people like the League of Women Voters or someone like that, and they feel like they're the majority. I don't know if it's because they have convinced people in the community, in the county, in the school board, that they are something and somebody that they're not. They've never been. They just know how to play the game really well, which is to look as if you are a conservative, look as if you're a Republican in a place where everybody knows that's who they want as their elected officials, and it's the only way they can get there, and then they are there by deceiving individuals. I'm not sure what it is, but ultimately, that's the answer. We got a lot of work to do in 22, a lot of work, and there are people that need to go.
The citizens of Collier County, not just other counties too, but we have to worry about Collier County right now. They have to wake up. We have a great county. It's an amazing place to live. It's beautiful. We have good schools. People want to come here. But when people that are duly elected continually vote to raise taxes, and now they wouldn't vote for something very simple, to stand up for the Constitution and only enforce laws that are constitutional, something's wrong.
Yeah, I would agree. All right, Representative Bob Rommel, I appreciate you getting up and updating us on this. I know it was a long day yesterday, and appreciate you and appreciate you being on top of all this too. So we'll speak soon.
Thanks, buddy.
All right, see you soon. 239-479-5592. Let's take a break, and when we come back, let's do that. Let's talk about some of the people that need to be out of office. Let's talk about maybe the president of the United States being in Philadelphia saying things about the Republicans, you conservatives, and some of the incendiary comments that were made with regard to voting in this country, election integrity, and more. The DHS secretary, I want to play more of that audio clip. Listen, if you are a Cuban and you are trying to seek asylum because you understand what has been happening for 62 years in the country of Cuba and you want to get out and you're making your way here to this country, don't come. Just don't. Don't do it. Why would the DHS secretary say that? Interesting. Maybe we'll dig into that a little bit coming up. Play some more audio on the way. Stay break 92.5 Fox News, right all along with traffic. There's Therese O'Shea.
Good morning. Still dealing with a right-hand lane closed off on Alligator Alley, mile marker 95 northbound, which is technically heading in the westbound direction into Naples, coming from State Road 29. You'll see delays for a good mile or so backed up because of that right lane closure. Vehicles just trying to get through in the left-hand lane as they're working to get that cleared. Also keeping an eye on a crash on State Road 31 just north of Shirley Lane. That's in Lee County, north of Bayshore Road, heading toward Babcock Ranch as well. You see some of those problems out there. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
After a warm and quiet start to the day, look out for scattered thunderstorms developing yet again for this afternoon with highs into the upper 80s and lower 90s. We cool down to 74 degrees, kick off your Thursday morning, but it will be warmer for tomorrow thanks to the fact that we should see more sunshine and a drier day with isolated storms and a high of 93 degrees. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Plug into the power. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
Mason Classical Academy is excited to announce the recent purchase of the Hodges University building for their new high school campus. Conveniently located off I-75 and Immokalee Road, this state-of-the-art campus will set the stage to prepare high schoolers for college by delivering a high-quality classical education. Mason Classical Academy's established proven track record is in high demand, so sign up now to take advantage of this tuition-free educational opportunity. This high school campus is second to none, including high-tech science and computer labs and state-of-the-art classrooms. MCA offers many extracurricular activities, a robust athletics program, and a full-time college advisor. MCA promotes virtue, patriotism, and an accurate portrayal of American history. Do you crave such an education for your high schooler? If so, Mason Classical Academy is the answer. Learn the true, do the good, love the beautiful. Learn more and enroll by visiting masonacademy.com today.
NCH Heart Institute is home to the most experienced and most dedicated team of physicians and nurses in Southwest Florida. Over the past 30 years, NCH Heart Institute has mastered the quality, the care, and the holistic patient experience that can only be found within a nationally ranked heart institute. Caring for a patient, mind, heart, and body. That's the cornerstone of our critical care team, which ranks in the top 2% of all hospitals in America.
NCH Heart Institute, at the heart of what matters most.
Leading members of Congress claim that America's military is under attack from the woke far left, and they say top generals are ignoring the threat. Now, Grant Stinchfield exposes the real dangers tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern on Newsmax. Millions are tuning into Newsmax and Stinchfield. Newsmax is on all major cable systems. If your cable operator doesn't carry it, call them. Tell them you want it, or you can switch. Plus, download the free Newsmax app on your phone and start watching now. Newsmax is real news. Watch it today.
Sales desk, Marty speaking.
Hey, you got your shades on, Marty?
Shades on? What? For what?
Well, the huge savings at Victory Lane are sensational.
That's cute. Ha
They got new Chevy Silverados with thousands off.
Yeah, look, I can do 1,000 off too, my friend.
I said thousands, plural with an S, Marty.
I know how to spell, all right?
What can you spell? Fowler and Winkler?
What's Fowler and Winkler got to do with it?
That's where Chevys cost less and people get sensational savings.
Oh, boy.
With no high-pressure sales tactics.
High pressure? Listen, I don't have to take all this from you.
Oh, I see you can dish it out, but you can't take it. Summer's here and the savings are sensational at Victory Lane Chevrolet. New 2021 Silverado 1500s, thousands off MSRP. Or choose 0% for 72 months on select new Chevy models. And you won't get burned with our gold 100% credit approval. Don't miss sensational savings at Victory Lane Chevrolet on the corner of Fowler and Winkler. Find new roads online, victorylanechevrolet.com. Offers on select models with approved credit and cannot be combined. Dealer retains all rebates, expire 7/31/21.
Lusk, Drasites, and Telesano believes winning cases is no accident. Your case is important. Pick a firm with resources to actually prosecute your case. If your case is accepted, you're guaranteed to not pay a single penny in fees or costs unless you get a favorable settlement or verdict. Lusk, Drasites, and Telesano has over 35 years of experience handling personal injury cases in Florida. Visit ldtlaw.com for a free consultation today. Winning is no accident. Lusk, Drasites, and Telesano. ldtlaw.com.
This is Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News. Now, back to Daybreak with Drew Steele.
Some business news. The FCC just gave Amazon the green light to make a device that can remotely monitor people's sleep.
Right now, Amazon's like, yeah, now we'll start watching you sleep.
Yeah, nothing creepy there. Nothing creepy there. Everything is fine. Yeah, Is that true? Watch people sleep. Like, why would you want 239-479-5592? It's, yeah. Again, I've said it a million times. How many things do we willingly give to big tech? It's just, here you go. Here's me sleeping. Here's me talking to my family, and then I ask for you to play a song, and you're listening to everything I'm saying. Here's all the photos of all of the things that, hey, I'm not going to be home for 10 more months. I'm going on a worldwide vacation. And here's pictures of my home. And okay, anyway. Yeah, it's creepy. All right, hey, speaking of creepy, is this creepy? Is this weird? Is this strange? I don't know. Maybe those words don't fit this, but disturbing it is. DHS Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas yesterday talking about Cuban migrants, asylum seekers trying to come to the U.S. by boat. How will they be accepted here into the United States?
Allow me to be clear. If you take to the sea, you will not come to the United States. The time is never right to attempt migration by sea. To those who risk their lives doing so, this risk is not worth taking. Again, I repeat, do not risk your life attempting to enter the United States illegally. You will not come to the United States.
Yeah, really? Okay, so we know what's happening along the southern border and what's going on with immigration and the concerns there. So now you're saying that Cubans who, for 62 years, we all know how communism has treated them, how socialism has treated them. Hey, and Democrats, listen, if we just do this as Americans, if we just do liberalism, listen, as Democrats, if you just follow us here in the United States, we will do it better than anybody has ever done it. Fleeing Cuba, trying to make their way to the shores of the United States to get away from what everybody knows is wrong with and has been going on in Cuba. And the DHS secretary is saying, no, you're not welcome here. You're not welcome here. Why would they say? I'm not going to make the suggestion that maybe it's because in 2020 most Cuban Americans identified as voters as Republicans. I'm not suggesting that some might say that maybe the thought process at our southern border is we have Democrat voters that are streaming across. So, they're trying to get away from you. But Cubans who are trying to flee what has been happening for 62 years in Cuba, they may end up being Republicans. Oh, no. We can't have you here. That would be, that's not a good thing. So in the state of Florida, no. We can't have any more. No, that couldn't be it. No. That's an outrage. That is an absolute outrage that anybody would even suggest that. So there's the DHS secretary telling Cubans, migrants who are fleeing Cuba looking for asylum, you're not welcome. 239-479-5592. All right, looking at the time, we got to take a break. Brendan Leslie is going to join us, Florida conservative voice, is going to tell us some of the things that are going on here in Southwest Florida, get an update on some stories as well. Brendan Leslie coming up next. Also, more audio from Joe Biden and some of what he said, the incendiary, highly controversial remarks in Philadelphia about voting rights and some of what is and isn't. Some of the facts in, the truth over facts.
We choose truth over facts.
Yeah, there's a lot of that going on. So we'll get to that. I hope we'll have time to talk about some of what's been happening with stories regarding the vid and masking of our kids and Randy Weingarten in this story out of the New York Post, an editorial. If your child didn't attend school regularly last year, Randy Weingarten is likely the reason why the president of the American Federation of Teachers And as Carol Markowitz said in an opinion piece in the New York Post, don't let Randy Weingarten and the American Federation of Teachers whitewash her role in school closures. Yeah, there's some news on that as well. Parents pushing back, you better believe it.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
Injuries on the job can cause you to lose control. I'm Glenn Levine from the law offices of Anajar Levine. Money is not coming in and your medical bills are piling up. Our legal team is here to help. We can help you file all your workers' compensation claims to make sure you get the proper benefits you're entitled to. If you've been injured on the job, call the law offices of Anajar Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
Office in Naples.
Imagine replacing your old kitchen with the kitchen of your dreams. Brand new custom-made cabinet doors. Drawer fronts, hand-finished by true craftsmen. Designer hardware, new hinges, and everything installed beautifully in less than a week, start to finish. Expensive? No. To the contrary, with refacing by Cornerstone, you'll save so much, we should really talk about your master bathroom too. Go for wow. Go for Cornerstone.
What's the big deal? When I talk about Pentair water systems, maybe even your free digital Pentair water test that you should get now, well, what's the big deal? What makes them so great? Well, the big difference with the Pentair water test, let's say, for example, is they use the same equipment as the EPA, so you can see the results print out right in front of you for a recommendation that you can absolutely trust. And that's one of the other things that I love about Pentair water solutions, besides the fact that I can get rid of that ugly lime scale on my appliances, the chlorine, the iron, even the lead. You have that uniform Pentair water specialist, my buddy Max. He'll find and handle the toughest water issues, and then that mobile showroom, you can see all the equipment for yourself. They've got both high-performance salt systems and salt-free solutions, too, so no lugging in bags of salt with the Pentair salt-free systems, and no timers, no hassles, and you're going to love it. And now through July 30th, take $199 off installation of your whole home water system. So call for your free digital Pentair water test now, 239-880-7799. Book online at pelicanwestfl.com and call for your free digital Pentair water test right now.
Keeping your home and business cool is a struggle, but now you can be the insider on how it all works and how to keep it running when the heat is on. Join Matt and Justin from Island Air right here on Saturday mornings at 5 a.m. for the Island Air Hour, providing quick and effective solutions for commercial and residential air conditioning and heating systems. If you have a question about your system, you can call us right now at 239-747-1550, and we'll be glad to help. Serving Southwest Florida since 1972.
Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window. New South is Florida's factory direct window company. We manufacture, install, and guarantee your windows for life. One company, one call. Our replacement windows are made to better enhance the energy efficiency of your home and stand up to Florida weather. New South Window, home of the ultimate Florida window for you. Made in Florida, for Florida homes, by Florida workers. Because we know Florida weather.
Going on now. Buy 2 windows, get a third free. Call 1-800-NEW-WINDOWS.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. In a speech about voting rights, President Biden accuses Republicans of lying about election fraud and trying to suppress Democrats' votes with new laws. He says when you lose an election...
Try again. You don't call facts fake and then try to bring down the American experiment just because you're unhappy.
The president in Philadelphia, Texas Republican Governor Greg Abbott.
Joe Biden knows full well voter fraud is real.
He was on Fox News Radio's The Guy Benson Show. Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas says Cubans and Haitians who want to escape unrest and poverty in their country should not attempt a dangerous trip to the U.S.
Individuals who take to the seas will actually not enter the United States. They are interdicted at sea, and they are repatriated to their countries of origin.
He says the Biden administration is assessing a program ended by President Trump to reunite Cubans with family already in the United States. America's listening to Fox News.
This break is sponsored by Cornerstone Builders. Give us the opportunity to wow you.
Wink News, traffic.
Good morning. Still tracking delays on Alligator Alley from that closure in the right-hand lane at mile marker 95 heading westbound, coming in from State Road 29 and the East Coast in general toward Naples on the alley. That's because of an overnight vehicle fire. It's been out there for about 8 hours or so that they're still working to get that truck that caught fire overnight cleared from that scene. Otherwise, Alligator Alley heading toward the East Coast is open and clear and quiet right now. Looking good on the rest of I-75 up and down from Collier to Lee and Charlotte counties. We do have one crash we're watching in North Fort Myers, just south of Babcock Ranch, right near the county line. It's at Shirley Lane and State Road 31, seeing delays in both directions on 31 because of that crash. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Tuesday, Southwest Florida. Look for another day featuring scattered thunderstorms, especially for the afternoon as temperatures warm to near 90 degrees. Things wind down as we head into tonight. We'll be left with temperatures in the middle 70s under a partly cloudy sky, waking up in your Wednesday morning. With another day featuring additional scattered thunderstorms, periods of heavy rain and frequent lightning will be possible in another high near 90 degrees. Thursday, though, will be a little bit drier. Storm chances drop off to isolated, though we will be warmer with that, a high of 93 degrees on tap for your Thursday afternoon. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Southwest Florida's place to talk about
coronavirus. Defund the police.
Everything.
Give me liberty or give me COVID-19.
92.5 Fox News.
It's a new day, and it's coming at you fast. With Comcast Business, you'll have what you need to handle it, like the flexibility to control multiple Wi-Fi networks and the power to the nation's largest gig speed network. Comcast Business, powering possibilities. Restrictions apply. Call for details.
I've been asked, did you plan on becoming the largest injury law firm in the world? And the answer is no. We set out to be focused on our clients and to have a commitment to trying cases and winning. And when you have those results at trial, you're able to settle most of your cases quickly and fairly. Hard work and client satisfaction was our plan. It worked. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Hey, it's Drew Steele. Had a chance to visit A Locksmith, their showroom in North Naples. And Andrew is the owner. He is a fantastic guy. Get a chance to talk to him. He's a former police officer and an expert on home security. Maybe you have some needs like a safe, a Liberty safe. They are the only Liberty safe dealer in Collier County. And I don't know if you know, but A Locksmith is the oldest locksmith in Collier County and comes with a stellar reputation for professional quality and service. Their staff licensed, bonded, and insured and available. And 100% satisfaction is always guaranteed. Their employees are great. No contractors. They have all their employees there, and they are always professional, on time, serving Collier and Southern Lee counties. So if you're looking for your next Liberty safe, you want to go to A Locksmith. They have two Naples showroom, one in North Naples, across from Mercado, and one in the city of Naples, just north of Mooring Line Drive on US 41. Or if you want to find out more, visit alocksmithnaples.com.
We believe in better. A better way to invest, a better way to serve you, and a better result. We can help you determine how much risk you're taking, red flags that could be potential problems for you, how much you're paying in fees or commissions, potential tax liability, or even how to address Social Security.
Tune in to WealthWorks Radio with Eric Carney every Sunday morning at 9 a.m. on 92.5 Fox News Radio.
Hurricane season is here, and there's a lot we need to do to prepare our homes. It's important not to forget about electrical safety. From generators to surge protectors, Mr. Sparky is here for you before, during, and after the storm to provide the best in electrical care. Give us a call today.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Independently owned and operated. Licensed in their respective state or county.
What's it like being an installer for Closet Factory? It's one of those cool jobs, like working ski patrol, training horses, or something on a train. I mean, it's your job to bring a designer's and client's idea to life with your own hands, right? There's something beautiful about it.
For more information on what it's like being a Closet Factory installer and if it's the perfect job for you, call today, 239-225-7235. 239-225-7235. Closet Factory is an equal opportunity employer.
Jason and Todd believe in value. They're direct diamond importers and hand select each diamond directly from the cutters. By cutting out the middlemen, the Diamond District offers the best quality diamonds at the lowest prices, and they pass that savings on to you.
At the Diamond District.
This is Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
All right, 239-479-5592, the talk and text line streaming live. DrewSteele.com is the website. Steele has 3 E's. We do appreciate you watching. It's set up to be mobile friendly. It's good for your phone, for your smart device. You could take us with you if you feel like having us hanging around, which is really strange that I'd be hanging around in your pocket. But anyway, that's beside the point. Coming up, We've got the top 5 audio clips of the day, the 5 at 8:35. And in just about 10 more minutes, we have Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. And we'll have a little bit of fun coming up. All right, you may think that he's trying out for the Sopranos prequel. You know, it's brand new. So when you hear his voice, it's Brendan Leslie. Apparently, he's got a little. What do you got going on there, Brendan Leslie, Florida conservative voice there?
You know, I'm scared. I feel like it might be a little laryngitis. I got a little, I'm losing my voice. And I said, nope, it doesn't matter. I'm going to get up. I'm going to power through this. And I'm going to be on Drew Steele this morning.
You better look at that. It's, I don't know. It's just trying to make it more dramatic. Anyway, all right. Brendan Leslie joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, founder and editor-in-chief at Florida's Conservative Voice. flconservativevoice.com is the website. Check it on some stories. First of all right, let's get into this one. I want to get an update coming up in just a little bit on something that we touched on last week that had to do with a visit you made to Washington, D.C. Back in January, a date that people may recognize. We'll get to that in just a second. But I know last week you were talking about an event that you were that was taking place downtown Fort Myers, and some people had some things to say about it. But first, how did the rally go? Talk a little bit about that and talk about what's been happening since.
Yeah, so there was a rally in downtown Fort Myers. It was just basically an America First rally, just bringing people together, giving them a platform to speak because they feel like they can't do that on social media, and they really feel like the odds are stacked against them. So it's really just to kind of unify people. And it went well. Everyone was extremely happy. It was very peaceful. It was about probably 200 to 300 people there. It took over the old Lee County Courthouse. There was music, speakers. It was a great old time. But yeah, as you kind of hinted, there were some people that said some dumb things about it.
First of all, one particular person who I guess is an FGCU professor, someone who is, I think you mentioned, as a Florida Democrat candidate. I didn't know about this.
Yeah.
Tell me more about what they had to say.
So Lee Pitts, who is he has his own little show on Fox 4, Lee Pitts Live, decided to roll up and act as a, quote, reporter, and does a little Facebook Live video. And he's going, wow, look at this. Look at this. Look at all these Trump supporters. Oh, man. Oh, God, this is not good. Oh, this is kind of like an insurrection. And then he even goes as far to compare it to a Klan rally, a KKK rally in the comments, and does this stupid video acting like he's a reporter. And meanwhile, in the video, you see people smiling and waving at him and welcoming him and everything. It's hilarious. And
Well, wait, but he used those words literally?
Yeah, he used the word insurrection, and in the comments, he compared it to a Klan rally. Because God forbid there's white people gathering and it's the end of the world. Meanwhile, the ironic thing is he's calling it a Klan rally, but the part of the video that he is putting up on Facebook, there is a black man speaking. It was just hilarious. So he does this video, acts like he's a reporter, acts like we're taking over the courthouse, and then Cindy Banyai, who is she infamously got her butt kicked by Congressman Byron Donalds in the last election for a congressional seat, who was also running again against Congressman Byron Donalds because she's got nothing else better to do, apparently. And she's also a professor at FGCU, comes out and shares the post on her congressional candidate page and says, these people are dangerous. These people are bad actors. And there was I think there was a Proud Boy there that initiated her comment. Because she thinks all Proud Boys are bad, blah, 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 blah. But it's ridiculous. This narrative about January 6th is infiltrating everything with the leftists, and they're pushing these lies left and right, and it's just terrible.
And by the way, this is someone who tweeted out 100% in favor of teaching real American history, instilling the values of our democracy in schools, constitutional republic, sorry. Our country is great, and when we learn and come together, we can forge an even more amazing path forward. Checkmark critical race theory, checkmark Don Lemon. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, so someone who, look, and we know that at FGCU and other places that critical race theory being taught, although we're told that it doesn't exist. It's not really happening. No, I know. It's so, I'm just trying to get all the stories straight. It's hard to keep up with it. But yeah, so there's that, and certainly again, you have Democrats who are going to say the most hyperbolic statements that could be made about Trump supporters, Republicans, conservatives, and the like, and how that's where they're going lately. That's the motivation now is for what? To have the people believe what, Brendan? Like what are they supposed to believe about us? What do we think?
You know, I'm going to kind of rip I'm going to paraphrase from the great Congressman Byron Donalds, who I had on my show at Seat at Table last night. I asked him a similar question about this, and he said basically this: they have to say this crazy stuff. They have to push this. And they got the media that's going to help amplify their message. They want you to hate America, because if you don't hate America, you're not going to be able to completely transform America, which these radical leftists want to do. He brought up a great analogy. He said, he asked everyone in the audience, how many of you love your house? He's like, do you want to transform your house? And all those people are like, no. He's like, exactly. But if you hate your house, you want to completely transform it. So think of it that way. So that's basically what they're trying to do here. And it's just, it's really, really unfortunate.
And again, I cannot emphasize this enough. When you think about critical race theory, just think of it this way. Ultimately, through all of this, you have to say, well, if this is supposed to be taught in our school, by the way, we do teach about history in our schools, the good and the bad. This idea that we're not is ridiculous. And then when you talk about equity, inclusiveness, diversity, you talk about social justice and all of these things, at the end of the day, how do you make it stop? You make it stop by dismantling fundamentally who this country is and what we have always been and where we started. And that means tearing down all of our institutions, the free market capitalist society, a liberty-loving, freedom-loving society, and tear it down and create it into something different. They've said this. This is what they want. And what does that different look like? It looks like the difference that will come out of this does not look like the country that we know as founded. It will be something completely different. So fundamentally, that's where they're trying to take this. Brendan Leslie joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, founder, editor-in-chief, FloridaConservativeVoice.com, FLConservativeVoice.com. You can learn more about these stories there. All right, let's quickly get an update on something we touched on last week. You made a visit, like many people did on January 6th to Washington, D.C., and some people may have an issue with that. As a matter of fact, we know across Southwest Florida and the country, some people have had an issue with people just visiting that day, doing nothing other than being there that day, and almost want to make some connections, let's just say, that they can't make, but are trying to make because, well, you know why, politically. And it appears as if that's something that's happening to you as well. Talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, so again, with this Cindy Banyai woman, when I went to D.C., she led the charge in getting everyone to report me to the FBI because I was there, and blah, 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 blah. And short story, basically, I didn't get charged with anything. The FBI already told me they were never going to charge me with anything because I never did anything wrong. I was there working as a reporter. The leftists who hate me because how dare we have a conservative journalist in the area wanted to do everything they could to defame me. And guess what? Their media partners are helping them with this lie as usual, because the media needs to overblow January 6th as much as they can because of what we just talked about. We need to destroy America and make everyone hate it. That's what they are trying to do. Yeah. So our lovely friends here, Fox 4 in Southwest Florida, put out a headline saying among those who stormed the Capitol. Nope. Did not storm the Capitol, did not follow a group that stormed the Capitol. Never happened, never said that happened. And they still go out and put this headline anyway. So this headline has been out there for, 6 months now. And I've kind of ignored it for the most part because I was like, what can I do? That's what the leftists want you to think. They want you to say, what can I do to help this? Well, I ended up crossing paths with Project Veritas, who put me in touch with a very good lawyer. And my lawyer said, no, there's absolutely something you can do. And guess what? Well, they're going to have until next week to retract that headline, or we are going to drop a massive lawsuit on them. No more messing around. You cannot do this. Fox 4, I don't know why they put out that headline. It's probably to sell. They're desperate for ratings, so they probably put it out there hoping that they can get more clicks. but they don't realize that they're dragging me through the mud and that it's actually impacting my personal life because you put out these lies. And for whatever reason they put it out there, they're going to have a few days to take it down, or we're going to sue them.
All right, Brendan, Leslie, we got to run. I appreciate a few minutes of your time. We'll keep an eye on some of the stories at flconservativevoice.com. Always appreciate a few minutes having you on. Thanks, my friend.
Appreciate it. Talk to you next week.
We'll see you later. 239-479-5592. Hey, let's do this. Let's take a break. And when we come back, let's play Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you were in a PhD. We could do that coming up. On the other side of that, we certainly have to play some of the audio from Joe Biden and his visit to Philadelphia, talking about the voting rights and these remarks and a fiery speech. Oh, you know who the problem is and the troublemakers are. We'll get to that on the way. All right, caller number 5 at 239-479-5592. If you'd like to play Drew's College coming up, we'd love to have you call right now. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. And we'll see if you're in a PhD. Next on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, right all along with traffic. There's Therese O'Shea.
Good morning. We have a crash causing major slowdowns on I-75 southbound from Corkscrew Road to Bonita Beach Road. It's off to the side right now around mile marker 120. So if you're heading out that way, there's no actual roadblock, just a lot of lane delays out there in all that southbound side of the interstate. Otherwise, we also have a problem on Alligator Alley, mile marker 95, heading in the westbound direction. That's a vehicle fire from overnight, still blocking the right lane. So heading into Naples, you can get through that left lane, but we're seeing a lot of stop-and-go traffic because they are working on getting that scene cleared up still. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
After a warm and quiet start to the day, look out for scattered thunderstorms developing yet again for this afternoon with highs into the upper 80s and lower 90s. We cool down to 74 degrees, kick off your Thursday morning, but will be warmer for tomorrow thanks to the fact that we should see more sunshine and a drier day with isolated storms and a high of 93 degrees. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
This is Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
At 1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating, our comfort specialist can handle any AC repair. Call 855-1HOUR for $50 off your repair or visit onehourair.com.
Always on time or you don't pay a dime.
Terms and conditions may apply. Independently owned and operated, licensed in their respective state or county.
Let's talk about where you walk. Trey Radel here for Britt's Carpet Outlet. What you walk on in your own home is entirely up to you. It should look good, of course, but it should work for the makeup and size of your family, whether your kids, quite frankly, have 2 legs or 4. One of the most versatile floors that you can buy is called the Luxury Structured Vinyl Plank. It's from Brits, and with hundreds of colors and styles, it can match any decor and is completely kid-proof, which is kind of important for us. Plus, it's waterproof and pet-proof. Easy to install yourself, or you can always count on Brits professional installers. Now, if you prefer carpet, they just received a truckload of carpet, so it is in stock and ready for quick installation at prices it simply cannot be beat even by the big box stores. So to show their appreciation, now through July 17th, Brits Carpet will be giving 15% off of all regular priced carpet and flooring to all active and retired military and law enforcement. Shop Brits in Fort Myers and Cape Coral and be sure to tell them that Trey Radel sent you.
This is Mike Roberts, Vice President at Mortgage Warehouse, Southwest Florida's mortgage price leader and home of the no closing cost mortgage. No points, no hidden fees, no loan costs, period. If the mortgage you have right now was done prior to COVID-19, you should call us for a free review. At Mortgage Warehouse, we understand how frustrating it can be to make your mortgage payment month after month, and the loan balance just doesn't seem to go down. The payment is mostly interest, but we can help with that. We can combine near record low mortgage rates with our local no closing cost program to improve your mortgage payment right away. You do not have to roll any closing costs into your loan balance to get these ultra low mortgage rates. You can apply online at mortgagewarehouse.com or call 313-5000. That's 313-5000 MortgageWarehouse.com.
Certain restrictions apply. NMLS ID 137154. Equal housing lender.
Does market turbulence and economic turmoil have you worried about your retirement nest egg? I'm Alfie Townsend. Learn how to navigate these uncertain times. Tune in to Saving the Investor radio show every Saturday at 9 a.m. or visit us at savingtheinvestor.com.
Drew's College of Political Knowledge is presented by France Eye Care. Better vision, better life.
Attention, class. It's time for Drew's College of Political Knowledge.
It's Drew's College.
All right, it's a politics lesson. It's a civics lesson. And we go to Jesse. Jesse's in Fort Myers. Good morning, Jesse.
Yes. Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing well. It's Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD or associate's degree. Question, sir, starts right now. Hey,
yeah, okay.
All right, Jesse. Hey, can you name the two? Let me. No, I already. Wait. Let me. Oops. I already asked that question this week, didn't I? Didn't I already ask about the 2 senators here in the state of Florida? I think I already did. Yeah. All right. Skipping that one. The president of the United States back in 1980, before the 1980 election, was Jimmy Carter.
Right.
After Jimmy Carter, who became president of the United States there?
Ronald Reagan.
That is correct, sir. All right. Gosh. All right. You had a weird start.
By the way, the answer to that other question was Rubio and Scott.
All right. I already asked it this week, so you've been listening. Good for you. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
No, I didn't hear that. I just knew it.
Now we're arguing. What are we doing here? All right. Here's your bachelor's question. Why does the flag have 57 stars on it?
It doesn't.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was looking at. I heard Barack Obama in my ear. I'm sorry. Why does the flag have 50 stars?
50 states.
That is correct, sir. All right. I was looking.
Barack Obama.
That was a joke. All right.
I know it.
Apparently, these are not working today. All right. You got a bachelor's. Let's see if you get a master's degree on this question. Here's a civics question for you. Can you name our two longest rivers in the United States? 2 of the longest rivers in the United States. What are they?
Oh, wow. That's kind of a tough one. Other than the Mississippi.
All right. That's one.
Yeah, I'm thinking hard here. Just give me a second. I don't have a computer or anything.
Good.
I'll have to go with, could it be the Missouri River?
That is correct, sir. Good for you. Wow. Good job, Google. I mean, good for you. That brain is functioning.
No, I'm from up north. Yeah. That's why I knew that.
Okay.
I'm from Minnesota, and they both kind of go through there.
Oh, hey, I got you. All right, let's see if you get a PhD on, I don't know what, on this very question. In 1993, this president announced "Don't Ask, Don't Tell" policies for gay in the military. Which president was it?
Okay, 92?
93.
Or 93.
Yeah.
Clinton.
That is correct, sir. All right, well, congratulations. Good for you. A very strange Drew's College today, but congratulations to you. You are the smartest man on your phone, and you should be proud of that.
Well, thank you very much.
All right, back at you, eh? They don't really say eh in Minnesota a lot, did they?
Well, no, what we say is pretty good there, then.
Exactly what you just said. Back at you. Whatever, there.
Right on.
There, all right, right on. Okay.
Right on.
There he goes. There goes Jesse. All right, 239-479-5592. Sorry, that was weird. All right, speaking of weird, not weird, just strange and dangerous. We're talking about Joe Biden in Philadelphia. Hey, this is pretty interesting when he said this yesterday, talking about voting rights. He said,
with recount after recount after recount, court case after court case, the 2020 election was the most scrutinized election ever in American history.
Gotcha.
Challenge after challenge brought to local, state, and election officials, state legislatures, state and federal courts, even to the United States Supreme Court, not once, but twice.
Sorry, I'm going to stop right there. I bring that up because, and I might focus on this more next hour, is that we have to get one thing straight about the 2020 election. And one thing that is perfectly clear, and it was brought up numerous times this week in a very famous tweet by Marta Maid. If you heard about this, the former President Trump brought it up at CPAC, really explaining how the election was rigged, how the nation was stolen. This was something that was discussed numerous times. Tucker Carlson brought it up. And I know it's so outrageous. How dare you say the election was stolen? Come on, you got to stop doing that. Stop talking about that. It's okay. Everybody knew, and according to this thread, and it's interesting too, everybody knew at the time. Even Time magazine talked about mass rioting planned in cities across the country if Trump won. There would be protests, but everybody knew what it was going to be about. Forget ballot conspiracies. The fact that the government used COVID to unconstitutionally alter election procedures, that did happen. The Constitution states that only legislatures can do so to help Biden to make up for a massive enthusiasm gap by gaming the mail-in ballot system. They knew it was unconstitutional. It's right there in plain English, but they knew the cases wouldn't see court until after the election. And what judge will toss millions of ballots out because a governor broke the rules? The threat of mass riots wasn't implied, it was direct. So when Joe Biden yesterday in Philly was talking about that, what I just mentioned to you is a very important aspect of this. There are a lot of people that agree with that. And it's just a fact that that's what governors did and how they altered the election procedures. No, we're not allowed to talk about that. We got to move on.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
Getting older has its advantages. Early bird dinners, senior discounts, day drinking. If you're one of the millions turning 65 soon, it might be time to take a look at your insurance options. Original Medicare, Medicare Advantage, so much to keep in mind. At Millennium Physician Group, half our patients are 65 plus. No matter what insurance benefits you choose, make sure your Millennium primary care doctor is part of your plan and your connection to a healthier life. Millennium Physician Group. Connect today. 844-CALL-MPG. MillenniumPhysician.com.
Ty Lassiter here, managing partner and CEO of Key City Capital. I think we can all admit that our origin has a lot of importance in what we will become. Many of you didn't originate from Florida, but you have come here, and that choice has altered your path for the rest of your life, especially how much taxes you pay if you came here from the Northeast. So what is Key City Capital's origin? Why did we choose to move to Southwest Florida? Our mission is to connect capital to wealth through passive real estate and alternative investments. Very simply, we generate and distribute double-digit returns for our investors. For over 10 years, we have never missed a monthly interest payment to our partners, and we have never lost a penny of our investors' capital. That is history you can build and rely on.
If you're looking for significant returns from real estate and alternative investments, call us today at 239-330-2080 or check us out online today at kcap925.com. That's kcap925.com.
Lusk, Drasites, and Talisano believes winning cases is no accident. Your case is important. Pick a firm with resources to actually prosecute your case. If your case is accepted, you're guaranteed to not pay a single penny in fees or costs unless you get a favorable settlement or verdict. Lusk, Drasites, and Talisano has over 35 years of experience handling personal injury cases in Florida. Visit ldtlaw.com for a free consultation today. Winning is no accident. Lusk, Drasites, and Talisano. ldtlaw.com.
92.5 WFSX Estero. It's 8 o'clock on Southwest Florida's news and talk station, 92.5 Fox News.
Democrats praise them as heroes. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News.
We will overcome.
The Texas lawmakers will stay away from the state for weeks to block a Republican voting reform bill.
I'm not going to be a hostage.
State Rep Senfronia Thompson, they're getting support from President Biden, who went to Philadelphia to speak out against red state voting changes.
There's an unfolding assault taking place in America today, an attempt to suppress and subvert the right to vote.
Texas Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick tells Fox they are expanding and securing voting, not suppressing it. And as for those state lawmakers who fled,
they'll get arrested if they don't come back to the Capitol when they hit ground in Texas.
Senate Democrats have agreed on a $3.5 trillion spending plan they'll try to pass without any Republican support. There was a big protest last night in Miami. They'll support the protesters in Cuba. Fox's Evan Brown live in Broward County, Florida.
Yeah, Dave, those demonstrations in and around Miami continued well into the night, and a number of times yesterday those crowds blocked traffic along Miami's Palmetto Expressway, one of the area's most busiest during rush hours.
This needs to end. Biden, please, we beg you. Please help out our families that are over there that are dying of hunger.
Well, the demonstrators say their relatives in Cuba are going without food or medical care, that coronavirus is spreading uncontrollably. Cuba's regime insists Cuban Americans are stirring up trouble via social media prompting Cuba's government on the island to Cubans on the island to protest. Cuba's government has largely shut down internet access, Dave.
Evan, COVID cases in the U.S. have nearly doubled over the past week.
All states other than Maine and South Dakota have experienced an uptick in cases over the last 2 weeks. Scientists believe the rise in cases is from the fast-spreading Delta variant, lagging vaccination rates, and 4th of July gatherings.
Fox's Rob Dawson. America's listening to Fox News.
Wink News, traffic.
Good morning. We have a crash causing major slowdowns on I-75 southbound from Corkscrew Road to Bonita Beach Road. It's off to the side right now around mile marker 120. So if you're heading out that way, there's no actual roadblock, just a lot of lane delays out there in all that southbound side of the interstate. Otherwise, we also have a problem on Alligator Alley, mile marker 95, heading in the westbound direction. That's a vehicle fire from overnight, still blocking the right lane. So heading into Naples, you can get through in that left lane, but we're seeing a lot of stop-and-go traffic because they are working on getting that scene cleared up still. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Tuesday, Southwest Florida. Look for another day featuring scattered thunderstorms, especially for the afternoon as temperatures warm to near 90 degrees. Things wind down as we head into tonight. We'll be left with temperatures in the middle 70s under a partly cloudy sky, waking up in your Wednesday morning. With another day featuring additional scattered thunderstorms, periods of heavy rain and frequent lightning will be possible in another high near 90 degrees. Thursday, though, will be a little bit drier. Storm chances drop off to isolated, though we will be warmer with that, a high of 93 degrees on tap for your Thursday afternoon. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
From smartphones and TVs to desktops, laptops, and tablets.
Every audio device in this hemisphere.
All you have to do is tell your smart device to play 92.5 Fox News.
Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window, and we would like to manufacture and install your windows. Only New South offers true factory direct windows to you. Only New South has award-winning windows that are made and designed specifically for our Florida weather. Every single New South window is custom manufactured just for your home. These are high-performance, energy-efficient windows, and now you can buy 2 windows and get the third absolutely free. Visit us at newsouthwindow.com or call for your factory direct pricing.
Call now, 1-800-NEW-WINDOWS.
What's up, Southwest Florida? It's your friend Tyler McCluskey here, and I'm reminding you about our new show that airs every Saturday at 11 a.m. right here on 92.5 Fox News. Every week, I give you all the information you need to know about your health insurance needs. We also promote local real estate, entertainment, and have a guest host each week. Be sure to tune in live every Saturday at 11 a.m. or download our show on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. For more information or a health insurance quote, visit TylerMcCluskey.com.
Join us this Saturday at 11 a.m. for the Tyler McCluskey Show, right here on 92.5 Fox News.
Certified, certified, certified. Certified pre-owned vehicles are at Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral. They're just like new, but cost thousands less. And Thursday through Sunday only, we're selling them at once-in-a-lifetime bargain prices. It's the Certified Summer Closeout event at Sutherland. Certified Rogue $15,788. Certified Ultima $12,988. Both with a 100,000-mile warranty. Shop our biggest and best certified inventory we've ever had. All of them look, feel, and drive new. Even you won't be able to tell the difference, but your wallet will. Save thousands now on all our certified vehicle selection. Rogue $15,788. Ultima $12,988. Plus get a 100,000-mile warranty. Hurry before you miss out. Get to Florida's #1 Nissan dealer by Sunday. Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral. Your used car megastore. Online at flnissan.com. If you don't shop Sutherland, you'll pay too much. See dealer for details.
Sales desk, Marty speaking.
Hey, you got your shades on, Marty?
Shades on? What? For what?
Well, the huge savings at Victory Lane are sensational.
That's cute. Ha.
They got new Chevy Silverados with thousands off.
Yeah, look, I can do 1,000 off too, my friend.
I said thousands, plural with an S, Marty.
I know how to spell, all right?
What can you spell? Fowler and Winkler?
What's Fowler and Winkler got to do with it?
That's where Chevys cost less and people get sensational savings.
Oh, boy.
With no high-pressure sales tactics.
High pressure. Listen, I don't have to take all this from you.
Oh, I see you can dish it out, but you can't take it. Summer's here and the savings are sensational at Victory Lane Chevrolet. New 2021 Silverado 1500s, thousands off MSRP. Or choose 0% for 72 months on select new Chevy models. And you won't get burned with our gold 100% credit approval. Don't miss sensational savings at Victory Lane Chevrolet on the corner of Fowler and Winkler. Find new roads online, victorylanechevrolet.com. Offers on select models with approved credit and cannot be combined. Dealer retains all rebates. Expires 7/31/21.
We believe in better.
a better way to invest, a better way to serve you, and a better result. We can help you determine how much risk you're taking, red flags that could be potential problems for you, how much you're paying in fees or commissions, potential tax liability, or even how to address Social Security.
Tune in to WealthWorks Radio with Eric Carney every Sunday morning at 9 a.m. on 92.5 Fox News Radio.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steele.
Well, good morning, Southwest Florida. I am so glad you're here. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line, streaming live. DrewSteele.com is the website. Steele has 3 E's. We appreciate you watching the program. I don't know how many of you are getting excited about the Olympics. Of course, many of you have been thinking about watching the Olympics and how our competition is going to be. Then again, you start to hear things about if I have an opportunity, I would burn a flag, or if I had an opportunity, I would turn away from the flag and the anthem, and those concerns as well. Not exactly the kinds of things you want to hear when we're thinking about the honor to represent the United States and what could be happening. So with that, I wanted to talk to Congressman Matt Rosendale, who's joining us right now on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, because there is something that's going on, a letter in particular, that we're going to discuss in just a minute. First of all, Congressman, it's Drew Steele. How are you, sir?
Fabulous, Drew. Good to be with you this morning. Well, it's daybreak in Montana.
Oh, listen, I love Montana. I can tell you this. My wife grew up in Big Fork. My sister-in-law is running hotels along with her husband in Yosemite, so know all about the great state of Montana very well. I would love to have the opportunity to visit Flathead and Lake and hear so many great things about that area.
Hey, what I tell folks is to come and join us, Drew, but please come as a refugee. Don't come as a missionary. We don't need everybody evangelizing up here from what they left.
Yeah, exactly. Well, listen, we know a lot about that, sir. I can tell you here in the state of Florida how many people want to be here moving to the state of Florida, and how there's always that concern of listen, I'll say it, leave your politics behind, because we're doing just fine here in the state of Florida, as you can imagine, and you know very well. And so we just love we love what's happening here.
Governor DeSantis is doing an incredible job there.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, so let's talk about this. Boy, I'll tell you, there are people that have been talking, to me often about how did we get to this place? The way things are with the Olympics and the disrespect that we're seeing with athletes. And I know you are hearing the same thing, and that has led you to this letter that you sent. Talk a little bit about the letter.
So we sent the letter, myself and 40 of my colleagues, to the U.S. Olympic and Paralympic Committee, just reminding them to uphold their own rules. I mean, it's a shame that we're at a state in this nation where nobody wants to follow the rules anymore, but these are their own rules. And Rule 50 of the International Olympic Committee clearly says that no kind of demonstration or political, religious, or racial propaganda is permitted in any Olympic sites, venues, or other areas. And all we're saying is, you know something? When people watch the Olympic Games, they want to see the nations and the athletes from those nations compete against each other. And we really don't care to see an individual athlete's personal or political agenda. That's not what we want to see on stage while we're watching the Olympic Games. And it's like, what happened to the sense of pride and patriotism that our athletes in our nation embraced back in 1980 when we saw the Miracle on Ice and the U.S. men's ice hockey team, defeated the Russians, and we all celebrated and embraced our nation. That's why people watch the Olympic Games, not to see some self-absorbed athlete trying to push their agenda.
Right. It probably speaks a lot to some of the direction that the culture is taken. I mean, if we're going to be honest about it, you bring up the Olympics in the past. I mean, who can ever forget the 1980 Olympics and obviously the hockey team and how you remember where you were at that moment in time when you were watching it. I distinctly remember sitting on the floor with my parents and just watching and getting excited and ready to cheer the team on, and that feeling. And unfortunately, what has happened? How we gotten to this place now where we do have to worry about these athletes? It really is unreal when you consider the honor it should be to be there and to represent the country.
It should be. Why do you think that we see people all around the globe waving the American flag when they're protesting? It's because they want to be here. Why do we see 200,000 people a month streaming across our southern border to participate in the freedoms and the society that we provide here in the United States of America? I don't see them streaming into other countries like that. Right. I mean, this is about, again, it's about pride and patriotism. This country has lifted more people out of poverty and oppression than any country on earth, and have asked nothing in return, just to help them provide and enjoy a free society. And that's what people, when they watch the Olympics, what they want to see. That same sense of pride and patriotism. That's why we're watching the games, not to see somebody's personal agenda.
Yeah, no doubt. And, I bring up the culture, and I'm sure you and the others that have signed on to this, these 40 members of Congress, you're all concerned about this in particular. But, I might even take it a step back as well, and something that we just touched on, which is, you look at the Olympics and you look at what we have seen. We know what an honor and a privilege it is to represent your country, and the concerns that people have with this letter. But then again, when you step back, and how concerned are you now, even there in Montana and your constituents, the people you talk to, the concerns about where we are going as a culture, even with our education? Everybody here has been talking about the teachings of critical race theory. That has been coming up often here in the state of Florida, and the education system. What about there with your constituents, the concerns that they have, and what they've been saying to you about all of this?
Well, Drew, I don't know if you saw, but just about a week ago, Montana was voted the most patriotic state in the nation. So I can tell you where our people are. Yeah. And, yeah, we embrace the flag. We embrace the Constitution. And my state attorney general, Austin Knudsen, just came out with a guideline that says that they will not teach critical race theory in our schools, and it will not be used for employment. He considers it a violation of law. I've got a superintendent of schools, Elsie Arnson, who says that she will not authorize the school systems because it's all decided at the local level. Right. People have a problem, get involved in your school board. Elsie Arnson has come out and said that she will not allow, as the superintendent of all the schools, critical race theory to be taught in our school system. So we have recognized it, acknowledged it, and we're not going to accept it.
Yeah, and one other thing I would ask before we go, and because you brought it up, and we kind of touched on it early on in our discussion, but it really does mean something, and we see it here, and I'm just wondering what it's like in Montana. Are you seeing what many people have been talking about, this kind of moving from California east? A lot of these liberal areas, states, and they're coming to you, and they're bringing politics with them, or maybe even the people that are moving to the state. I mean, listen, if you want to be in the most patriotic state, and that is you, and that's how you've been voted, you would imagine that people would gravitate to the state knowing where you all stand, the beauty of the state itself. And they wouldn't be. They would be leaving to get away from where they came from. Unfortunately, oftentimes, that's the fear here in Florida, is they're bringing it with them. What's happening there in Montana?
We will watch and see. You won't know until the next election cycle takes place, Drew. So I'm hoping that, again, the next election cycle will show that the people that are moving here recognize that democratic, liberal leadership with that is running the states and the communities that are leaving, and is not working. It's destroying their communities, and that is why they're coming here. And the next election cycle, I guess, will show it. The census numbers have shown that we've grown to the point that we did receive a second seat. So now I won't be representing the entire state of Montana, all 147,000 square miles, everything from Canada to Wyoming. I'll be representing a portion of that. And again, once we establish those lines, we see how elections take place in 22, we will know then whether these folks came as refugees or whether they came as missionaries.
Yeah. Well, listen, Congressman, it was a fantastic conversation. I do appreciate you, along with the 40 other members of Congress, sending this letter to the U.S. Olympic and Paralympic Committee and your concerns over the abuse of the platform there and obviously the rules that are in place, and hopefully they'll enforce these, and hopefully we won't have to have this conversation because there'll be athletes that will be going with the idea of the honor and the privilege representing the United States and what that means, and hopefully we can turn that around. And I know with folks like you and your help, we certainly can do that across the country. Congressman Matt Rosendale joining us on Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News. I appreciate you, sir. Thanks so much. I'd love to have this conversation again.
Thank you so much for having me on. Hopefully we won't have this one. We can have another conversation.
Yeah, a better one. That's absolutely. Yeah, maybe we'll talk about the good hunting and fishing going on there in Montana.
There you go.
We could do that.
There you go. Fall.
All right, sir. All the best.
Thank you, sir.
All right. 239-479-5592. Man, Montana, from what I hear, pretty awesome place. But yeah, look, he sees it. There he is in Montana and sees the same thing that we all see across the country. You've got a rule that is part of the International Olympic Committee's charter that says you can't demonstrate, no political, religious, or racial propaganda permitted. Maybe they don't know that it exists. Maybe it's just too old. Is that what it is?
No, I thought that was the whole point of the Olympics was to,
You're supposed to put all of that aside. It's supposed to be, the thrill of competition, the agony of defeat. Burr, 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 burr. You know what I'm talking about? The thrill of victory, the agony of defeat. It's I don't know. It was an old, I want to say it was back from the 70s. It was one of the, here to bring you the constant variety of sports. Somebody's going to call 239-479-5592 or text. Know what I'm talking about. Dun, 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 dun. The constant variety of sports. The agony of defeat. And then you see some guy wiping out on a ski. You have no clue what I'm doing.
Completely clueless over here.
My wife, my friends, people, I make all of these cultural references and I'm on an island. Nobody has a clue what I'm talking about. I brought up roasted chicken this morning. I talked about how in Cape Coral, there used to be a place in the 80s that had roasted chicken. It was one of the most amazing things ever that I tasted chicken-wise. And only to find out that 30 years later or so, my son's putting ketchup on his chicken. How did that happen? Who would start that? Maybe I should have asked Congressman Rosendale. My wife has the Montana connection. I wonder if it's a Montana thing, the ketchup on chicken.
You could have went there.
No, I couldn't have.
Can we call him back?
No, leave him alone. He's got a lot of things going on, I'm sure. All right, 239-479-5592. Hold on, I'm looking at the clock. Hold on. I just want to see if there's anything that I missed that I wanted to touch on. No, I can wait. All right. I mean, there's a lot of things I want to, but all right. All right. Somebody texted me and said it was, hold on, it was the wide. All right. Now people are calling. See, I got to take the calls. Do I just take them dry? Go for it? Okay. All right. Let's see. This is a real risk here. You got your finger on the button. Who's this?
John.
John, you know anything about this? Dun, 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 dun. What was that?
Yeah, it was the Wide World of Sports.
All right. Wide World of Sports. And what network was doing it? I forget. It was wasn't it ABC? Was it ABC? Is that what it was?
I think it was, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So you remember that?
I remember.
And you remember the guy fall, and then when he says the agony of defeat, it was like a guy wiping out on skis.
Yeah, coming down the ski jump, he missed it.
Yeah, you missed. Yeah, he missed the whole jump. It was awful and thrilling all at the same time. And I'm sure he's fine.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, you know that when the United States beat the Russians in the semifinal game.
Yeah.
I was refereeing a basketball game, a girls' basketball game, high school game, and it was Saturday afternoon.
Yeah.
And we actually stopped the game because somebody had a television in the stands, and everybody gathered around to watch the game.
I'm telling you, and here's and this is the thing, John, is this? Excuse me, as I clear my throat. I just wish that Jake the millennial, grandkids, people could now experience that thrill, that moment, the way we did. Wouldn't it be nice to be able to? It's easy to explain the feeling in the country and what it meant, and there've been movies and documentaries, excuse me, that have been written about this for a reason, because it meant so much, and that's what it is. It's not even explaining patriotism or anything else. It's the feeling, right? It's your gut. It's what's inside of you. That feeling that is just something you can't describe. And how I wish that we would have something like that in the future, that we would all be able to come together as a nation and be like, just stop everything and watch the TV. All right.
It was Jim McKay was the announcer. Jim McKay.
Jim McKay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Appreciate your call. Thanks so much. Dun, 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 dun. I don't know if that was the music. I just kind of like doing it. Actually, I think I've made a mistake. No, I mean, the Jim McKay thing is right. I think the music, that's the NFL. Isn't that the NFL music?
NBA.
Huh?
Old school NBA, because that's what it sounds like to me. Is like the old school NBA music. But
no.
It would probably be the same thing, right?
No, it was a football. Bum, 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 bum. I don't know. What do I know? All right, somebody will correct me. 239-479-5592. We got to go. It's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, right all along. He asked.
This is 92.5 Fox News. Drive the lefties at work crazy with the facts. Get up to speed mornings with Drew Steele. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Searching everywhere for great prices on appliances? No, you're not, because you have better things to do. Besides, Good Deals has it for less, and they have plenty of items in stock despite shortages everywhere else. Remember, Good Deals guarantees the lowest price on everything they sell. Find a lower price anywhere, and Jay will beat it. Guaranteed. Visit one of the showrooms in Fort Myers, Naples, and Cape Coral, or shop online at GoodDealsAppliances.com.
Good Deals Appliances. Have we got a deal for you?
Plantation Shutters for You is the best choice for plantation shutters. Custom measured and installed just for you. Built to last forever. They will not be undersold. Start with a free consultation. PlantationShuttersForYou.com. And God bless everyone.
I'm Mark Anajar from the law offices of Anajar and Levine. Unfortunately, many drivers in Florida do not carry liability insurance or have limits of insurance that are insufficient to cover your injuries. Uninsured motorist is valuable coverage that you can purchase to protect you in those instances. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
Office in Fort Myers, Naples.
Do you consider yourself the best of the best in HVAC? Conditioned Air is looking for A players to join our winning team. If you consider yourself an A player and love customer service, you should apply so we can get your career path started. We have several top-paying positions available now in Sarasota, Fort Myers, and Naples. Don't wait. Go online to conditionedair.com and apply right now. Conditioned Air, the comfort people since 1962. License number CAC 1819590.
Jason and Todd believe in value. They're direct diamond importers and hand-select each diamond directly from the cutters. By cutting out the middlemen, the Diamond District offers the best quality diamonds at the lowest prices, and they pass that savings on to you.
At the Diamond District. For professional roofing, the name you need to know is D.R. Martineau.
Dan Martineau from D.R. Martineau Roofing and Gutters. Get your mind out of the gutters. We are proud to announce the addition of our seamless aluminum gutter division. Contact our team for your free quote. Just Google DRM Roofing.
License number CCC 1326954.
For professional roofing, the name you need to know is D.R. Martineau.
This is Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
All right, it's Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News. All right, yeah, it was, all right. Dun, 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 dun. All right, so I got, all right. So I had it, all right, yeah, it was, that's the football thing. All right, so I got it wrong. I don't remember, you got to find the, look it up, Jake, the 1970s Jim McKay spot. You could probably find it. Maybe not in time before we go to the break, but I don't think it went dun, 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 dun. All right. I know it didn't go like that. Anyway. And we're still trying to find roasted chicken in Southwest Florida. Some people have an idea of where it is. But, yeah, in Cape Coral back in the 80s, there was some place that my family used to like to go visit. And I don't remember. It was that by 47 Terrace down there. So if you're familiar with Cape Coral. I don't think Naples had any roasted chicken at all in the 80s. But they did have an elephant walk. No, they did. Naples had an elephant walk. Somebody knows the reference I'm making. I'm telling you, Anyway, you'll see. All right, top 5 audio clips of the day. It's the 5 at 8:35. It's on the way. Coming up.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
You'd think an Army veteran with a military career, including multiple combat deployments throughout the Middle East, would be a great American. And you'd be right. But Joe Vanderbosch also happens to be a great dentist. An Army veteran of 8 years, Dr. Joe now makes his home in Southwest Florida, where his wife Sarah grew up.
Hi, I'm Dr. Joseph Vanderbosch, Freedom Dental on Metro Parkway in Fort Myers. In the Army, I received extra training in order to provide dental care in virtually any condition. That's why I can manage many dental treatments without the need to refer to a specialist. I served my country proudly for 8 years. Now I want to serve you in your dental needs. Special discounts for former and active military without dental insurance.
Dr. Vanderbosch provides emergency care and is now accepting new patients for cleaning, extractions, crowns, implants, and more. Find them online at freedomdentalfortmyers.com. That's freedomdentalfortmyers.com. Dr. Joseph Vanderbosch. Go to freedomdentalfortmyers.com.
Hey, we've got my friend Dave Meister on the phone, of course, with the Floor Meisters, the family-owned Floor Meisters in Naples. And Dave, listen, I know you got a lot of things going on. You're selling a lot of cord tech. That's great, but you got this 8,000 square foot showroom with a selection of carpet that is absolutely unbelievable as well. And the prices right now are pretty amazing. So I hear you got this whole thing going on with Dreamweaver carpets.
Well, we have the Dreamweaver Select, which is this is $3.99 carpet pad and labor, but this has a lifetime warranty for pet stains, abrasive wear, and even for steps, a stair warranty. Nobody's ever had that before.
Listen, if you haven't been to the Floor Meisters, you really owe it to yourself to visit their store, 6281 Naples Boulevard, right next to Costco. Whether it's tile, laminate, hardwood, or, of course, carpet, they've got it all. So give them a call today, 239-596-4964, or on the web at floormeisters.com.
At Naples Nissan, when we say we'll do whatever it takes, that's exactly what we mean. Hey, Southwest Florida, Aaron Walker here. Nissan has given us another big number to hit, and we're going to do whatever it takes to make it happen. Need a loan, but have bad credit? We'll do whatever it takes to get you that loan. Just tell us how much you want for your trade-in. We'll do whatever it takes to get it for you. Would you like to go payment-free until 2022? You got it. Would you like 0% financing for up to 5 years? No problem. Or maybe you'd like $5,000 cash in your hand. Hey, we'll make it happen. We've got over 400 new cars on our lot. Pick out your favorite at naplesnissan.com, then come see us on Pine Ridge Road, exit 107 off I-75, and let us do whatever it takes so that you can drive it home today. All offers on select models with approved credit and cannot be combined.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. Senate Democrats have worked out a plan to go it alone to pass spending on what President Biden calls human infrastructure. Things like more Medicare, subsidized elder and child care, and environmental initiatives.
That's in addition to a potential bipartisan $1 trillion deal on more traditional infrastructure spending. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer.
Our plan is to move forward with both tracks.
But Republicans question how to pay for all the new spending.
Fox's Jill Nato. The Texas State Senate passes new voting laws, but the House can't vote, with dozens of Democrats having fled to Washington, D.C.
The State House Sergeant-at-Arms has been ordered to track down and arrest absent lawmakers, although there's little they can do while lawmakers are outside state lines. The Texas representatives say they will remain outside state lines as long as they need in order to kill the bill, which they call voter suppression.
Fox's Lauren Blanchard. America's listening to Fox News.
This update is presented by Stevie Tomato Sports Page in Fort Myers, Cape Coral, and Naples.
Wink News, traffic.
Good morning. We're keeping an eye on major delays southbound along I-75 south of Alico Road because of a disabled vehicle off on the right-hand shoulder. There's no lanes blocked off, just tracking a lot of delays out there right now, and more slowdowns south of Corkscrew Road heading down toward Bonita Beach Road as well on 75. Also in the interstate, we have a vehicle fire getting cleared up from late last night, now still causing trouble in the morning hours along Alligator Alley at mile marker 95 northbound, which takes you west into Naples from the alley. So we have a right lane closed off over there. Traffic's getting by in that left lane, just very slow moving. Also watching a crash on Gateway Boulevard at State Road 82, seeing some slowdowns through that stretch right between Lehigh and Gateway. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Tuesday, Southwest Florida. Look for another day featuring scattered thunderstorms, especially for the afternoon as temperatures warm to near 90 degrees. Things wind down as we head into tonight. We'll be left with temperatures in the middle 70s under a partly cloudy sky waking up in your Wednesday morning. With another day featuring additional scattered thunderstorms, periods of heavy rain and frequent lightning will be possible in another high near 90 degrees. Thursday, though, will be a little bit drier. Storm chances drop off to isolated, though we will be warmer with that, a high of 93 degrees on tap for your Thursday afternoon. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
I won't give up the ship.
Talking about what matters.
This country is too great to throw over to communism. I love it.
92.5 Fox News.
Hi, it's Big Al from Stevie Tomatoes. They say love and passion makes the world go round. Love for home, family, your country, partner, a friend, and love for food. Stevie wants to be part of your love with our food, drink, sports, and fun. Our passion for your satisfaction brings our love to all of our great customers. Whether it's our brisket short rib burgers, Chicago pizza, fajitas, wings, fish fry, or ribs, it's delivered to your table with love. So at Stevie's, we invite you to share our love of great food, drinks, sports, and fun. You'll never get bored or broke. We feel loved by the sound of our great customers. We promise to treat you like family at your home away from home. I guarantee it. For daily specials, go to StevieTomato.com. Stevie Tomatoes Sports Page, Cape Coral, Fort Myers, and Naples. Come, come, come.
Stevie Tomatoes Sports Page. Come for the food. Stay for the sports.
It's a new day, and it's coming at you fast. It could be the day your workforce doubles, or the day your visitors quadruple. With Comcast Business, you'll have what you need to take on every twist and turn, like the flexibility to control multiple Wi-Fi networks from anywhere, and the power of the nation's largest gig speed network, the one that can deliver gig speeds to the most businesses. Every day in business is a big day. We'll keep you ready for what's next. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get started with a great offer for $35 each a month for 24 months for 2 years when you buy both. Want even more speed? Ask how to get up to 10 gigs for your small business. Call 1-800-501-6000 or go to ComcastBusiness.com today to find out more. Limited time offer. Restrictions apply. New customers only with 35 megabits per second internet and one voice line. Early termination fee applies. Requires EcoBill and AutoPay. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. Compares Comcast Business 10 gig EDI with AT&T 1 gig.
This is Mike Roberts, Vice President at Mortgage Warehouse, Southwest Florida's mortgage price leader and home of the no closing cost mortgage. No points, no hidden fees, no loan costs, period. If the mortgage you have right now was done prior to COVID-19, you should call us for a free review. At Mortgage Warehouse, we understand how frustrating it can be to make your mortgage payment month after month, and the loan balance just doesn't seem to go down. The payment is mostly interest, but we can help with that. We can combine near record low mortgage rates with our local no closing cost program to improve your mortgage payment right away. You do not have to roll any closing costs into your loan balance to get these ultra low mortgage rates. You can apply online at mortgagewarehouse.com or call 313-5000. That's 313-5000. MortgageWarehouse.com.
Certain restrictions apply. NMLS ID 137154. Equal housing lender.
Trust. It's the rock-solid foundation of Moran Wealth Management. Over 40 years ago, they began advising clients on ways to help meet their financial goals. 4 decades later, we've helped many reach their goals of providing for themselves, their families, and future generations. CEO Tom Moran has assembled an impressive team of professionals, each committed to the same core concept. Tom is recognized by Barron's as a Hall of Fame advisor. To be named a Hall of Fame advisor, the advisor has to have been ranked by Barron's consecutively for the last 10 years in any of their rankings. Let us earn your trust. Call 239-920-4440 or visit moranwm.com. Barron's rankings are based on data provided by thousands of advisors. Factors included in the rankings were assets under management, revenue produced for the firm, regulatory record, length of service, quality of practice, and client retention. Investment products and services are offered through Wells Fargo Advisors Financial Network, LLC, WFAFN, member SIPC. Moran Wealth Management is a separate entity from WFAFN.
Summer real deals are here.
We're bringing back good times and great food.
Mel's is taking the heat off rising prices by bringing you cool summer real deals. Monday, every selection on the Golden Oldies menu is $10. We're talking Mel's famous meatloaf, chicken tenders, hot roast, and more, including sides. Just $10 with beverage purchase. Wednesday, Mel's award-winning fall off the bone baby back ribs, served with coleslaw, super salad. It's a summer real deal at just $12.99. Thursday, enjoy a half-pound prepared-to-order Braveheart Black Angus cheeseburger with fries and slaw, plus a domestic draft, $9.99. And how about this? A summer real deal Friday and Saturday date night featuring Mel's fresh roasted USDA choice prime rib, together with a glass of wine, just $15.99. Now that's a winning summer real deal. Summer real deals are happening now at Mel's Diner.
This is Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
All right, 239-479-5592, the talk and text line, streaming live, drewsteele.com is the website. Steele has 3 E's if you want to watch. Thank you very much. Time for the top 5 audio clips of the day. Here we go. It's the 5 at 8:35.
Drew's Top 5 at 8:35 is brought to you by Moran Wealth Management. Isn't it time to review your portfolio options? Go to moranwm.com.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drew's 5 at 8:35.
Number 5.
The federal government's broken. It is messed up as a football bat. And I don't see anybody making any moves to fix it.
I feel that this ordinance is unnecessary.
This ordinance, I think, creates more problems than it solves.
Yeah, an ordinance in Collier County, a Bill of Rights sanctuary in Collier County. You know, in other words, let's say the federal government says, you have to do this, and it's unconstitutional, and you've got to do it. And the people in Collier County are like, yeah, no, we're not going to do that. We're not going to have the sheriff enforce laws that are unconstitutional. That seems like well, it seems unconstitutional. It seems something that would be easy for everybody to vote for, but no, not in Collier County. They said no. A lot of people showed up last night, 125 plus, just to speak last night on this issue, and they voted it down 3-2 about this. Oh, but they voted yes to make it a resolution for the matter. So we'll say, yeah, we agree with this. No teeth involved. An ordinance, oh, no, this would be an outrage. We can't do that. Seems like a slam dunk. Like if you were on one side of a court in basketball, 10 seconds to go, and you throw the ball all the way down the court, and you're the only person underneath the hoop, and all you have to do is a layup. All you have to do is a slam dunk it. You could take 5 seconds if you wanted before anybody gets to you. It's that easy. It's like Jake going to the break room, and there's only one Slim Jim left, and nobody wants it, and he's like, that's what I eat all the time. Sold.
Number 4.
All told, more than 150 Americans of every age, of every race, of every background exercise their right to vote.
150 people exercised their right to vote in 2020. 150 people who somehow turned out to be 847 million that voted for Joe Biden by himself. How did they do that? See, that's why you got to change some of the voting laws in some of the states, because if 150 people voted for Joe Biden and it sounded and made it look like they were 80 million people, we got a problem, right? Is it just me? Or
Number 3.
spanning the globe to bring you the constant variety of sport, the thrill of victory, and the agony of defeat. The human drama of athletic competition. This is ABC's Wide World of Sports.
Yeah, that's a... Remember before when I was... last break, I was trying to explain to everybody there was this... dun, 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 dun. I said it was a constant variety of sports. It was a thing... the ABC Wide World of Sports. I didn't know what it was. Well, that's what it is, and that it wasn't. Wrong one. Dun, dun, dun. That's not it. That's what it is. Okay. I feel better now.
Number 2.
Allow me to be clear. If you take to the sea, you will not come to the United States. The time is never right to attempt migration by sea. To those who risk their lives doing so, this risk is not worth taking. Again, I repeat, do not risk your life attempting to enter the United States illegally. You will not come to the United States.
That's really weird. That's the DHS Secretary Mayorkas saying that Haitian and Cuban migrants and asylum seekers who try to come to the U.S. By boat will not be allowed to enter the country. That's really strange. Even if they fear persecution, they're concerned about what's going on there, and they want to make their way here. And he's saying, no, don't do it. Don't even try. You're not going to be welcome. So Cuban migrants will not be welcome here. It's weird. It's almost as if they're doing that. I mean, I'm going to just throw something out crazy. It's almost like he's saying it because most Cuban-American voters identify as Republican in 2020. There was a story there at the Pew Research Center that said that. It's almost as if, I'm going to throw this out here. I know it's really bad, but it's almost as if they don't want them to come here because they'll end up being Republican voters as opposed to people along the border who come from Central American countries and come here and they think that they're going to be, no.
Number 1.
I've said it before. We're facing the most significant test of our democracy since the Civil War. That's not hyperbole.
That's the definition of hyperbole. Look it up, and if you look up hyperbole, that's the definition. I'm as hungry as a horse. I've walked 1,000,000 miles. It is the most significant test of our democracy since the Civil War. That is hyperbole. Yeah.
Drew's 5 at 8:35.
Nothing to see here. Everything's fine. Joe Biden there, of course, talking about how evil Republicans are and conservatives are, and all they want to do is stop black and brown folks from voting. That's what it is. It's all about racism. No, look, it's not my words. There have been plenty of people on talking head programs that have been talking about this very thing for far too long, who've said those words and then some. That the president of the United States yesterday in Philadelphia, as an interesting place, Pennsylvania. Interesting he would pick Pennsylvania as the location to be talking about this. It's almost as if even in Pennsylvania, they're starting to question whether or not the election in 2020 was, I don't want to say legit, but there's some integrity issues. Oh, we're not allowed to talk about that. We're not allowed to say anything about election integrity in this. It's over with. How many people in the Republican Party have said, please stop talking about the 2020 election and election integrity. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. It's like there's a princess here and there's snow and there's a talking, crazy talking snowman that's going along with it that kind of melts and then he doesn't melt and all that stuff. That's how crazy the talk is. Stop it. You gotta stop. Just let it go and just get them next time. That's all you gotta do. What else did the president say yesterday?
Some state legislators want to make it harder for you to vote. And if you vote, they want to be able to tell you your vote doesn't count.
Really? Really? Where? Who? How? How are they doing it? Can you explain? Can you give me more? No, you can't. You can't do that. See, that's what Democrats do. I hate to say a lot of politicians do it, some even on the Republican side, but I'm telling you right now, Democrats, that's what they live for. They live to do this kind of thing, Just to put that out there and just let it simmer and seep and let the fake news legacy media run with it. And then local, state, or national, they rip and read and they just go with it. If CNN says it, hey, we got to rip it. Let's say it. That's what the president said. No evidence given. I just clap. Oh, man, did I just do some clap back? I'm so sorry. Jake hates it when I do clap. I hate to use the word literally. I just clap back. I'm so sorry. But I don't know how more. I'm swinging my arms if you're watching at drewsteele.com. Okay. That's what they do. There's no evidence. Where's the evidence? What else did he say? Let it go.
For any reason they make up.
They'll just make it up. Any reason that they make up, they're going to. I don't like your shoes today. I'm here to vote. Please leave. No, I'm getting ready to. No. You can't walk in here with those shoes. What's the matter with them? Nobody wears Crocs anymore. No, they do. Crocs are making a big comeback. Everybody's wearing Crocs. Crocs and socks. It's a big deal. Yeah, we don't have people vote in this place with them. What are you doing? Like, what imaginary? Okay.
They want the ability to reject the final count and ignore the will of the people if their preferred candidate loses.
Okay. So if the preferred candidate loses, they're going to start making up numbers. Do you see? There's something insidious going on here, and I'll explain in just a second. But here's the pièce de résistance in this.
And they're trying, not only targeting people of color, they're targeting voters of all races and backgrounds. Just with a simple target. Who did not vote for them? That's the target.
That's it. Simple target. That's what you got. Simple target. And you know who the racists are, and you know why they're looking at you that way, and you know what they're doing to you. And where's the evidence? Show us. Prove it. There's systemic racism. We got systemic racism all over this country. Really? Where? Show us. How? Prove it. We got to teach it to our kids in schools. Really? How are you going to do that? Like, what are going to be your examples? What are going to be the examples that you're going to teach our kids about systemic racism that aren't going to be about teaching kids to be racist? To look at one. Yeah. Tell me, show me. You can't. What else, Joe Biden? What else did he say?
It's no longer just about who gets to vote or making it easier for eligible voters to vote. It's about who gets to count the vote.
Who's counting the vote? See, if you took it to a federal level, you think of all the bureaucracies and the independent election administrators that he's talking about, that should be the independent, quote unquote, election administrators. There's a lot of Democrats that are unaccountable bureaucrats. Overwhelmingly the party of choice for government bureaucrats at all levels of government. Better believe it. It's just a fact. Nothing they would love more than to take it out of your hands and give it to the federal government and let it run. Yeah, there's a lot of deceiving going on. And then the other thing that he said that I want to get back to, what did he say?
They want the ability to reject the final count and ignore the will of the people.
To ignore the will of the people and reject the final count. Yeah, there's a lot of evidence that's popping up lately. A lot of evidence popping up of election integrity issues, Fulton County, Georgia. There's a little smidge, as my mom would say. There's a little bit of smidge. There's a smidge. I just want a smidge. When she doesn't want to eat a whole plate of something, my mom says, I just need a smidge, just a little. I know she's listening right now. Sorry. But that's what you do. I just need a taste, that's all. Just a smidge. And there might be a little smidge of some issues when it comes to election integrity and some audits that are going on and some numbers that are popping up and some things that are happening. I'm trying to think of where the latest was. See if I can find that. But again, we're trying to believe and trust in the integrity of our institutions across the board. This was something from, goodness, where was this? This was from a tweet from the Dirty Truth about some election integrity issues in 2020 that were brought up going to play some of this audio here.
Designated legally to do so.
We show that in the state of Pennsylvania is marked as having received an absentee ballot request from you, but did not receive your absentee ballot. Did you request an absentee ballot?
No.
You can see very clearly. We'll get a street view here. U.S. Postal Service. Open and shut. Fraud.
And they have an apartment number.
Yeah, so that's actually P.O. Box 244, but as you can plainly see, I'd be happy to share. I can actually. We ran 6 different analyses. In fact, 7 now in Pennsylvania, and all of them showed problems. We ran an analysis where we called people who had moved, yet they were told that they had a ballot cast in their name. We called them and asked, did you vote? Did you actually cast that ballot? And we found people that said no, they didn't. We dialed into precincts that had exceptionally high turnout and spoke to people who had voted in this election but didn't have a record of voting much at all, if ever at all, before.
That was the Epic Times that did this story, and there's a bunch of tweets out, and I'm sure that it's up there at the Epic Times. 138,000 people that had left Georgia still voted. In Wisconsin, 26,000 that left the state still voted. In Arizona, there were 19,000 people moved out of the state, still voted. In this case, they're talking about Pennsylvania and some irregularities there. Interesting how the president ended up there. It's almost like the administration knew that some of this stuff was going to come out today. Interesting place to be at the same time. No. That is conspiracy tinfoil hat stuff. That's like saying that outrageous. I don't know. It's like saying I don't know. It's like saying that our teachers in K through 12 education, or even in our institutions as far as higher learning, are going to be judged now on their issue, how they address issues of race and racism in STEM class, like chemistry teachers. Like you wouldn't even have.
Breaking news.
A bombshell.
Oh, this just in. Yeah, how about that? The University of California, San Diego, requiring new assistant professors in the science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. That's the STEM fields for you kids out there. To address issues of race and racism. According to a job application, that's right, posted to the university's website, the Department of Chemistry and Biochemistry is hiring assistant professors that must be able to, quote, you ready? Design and teach undergraduate courses that align with the African American Studies minor and the Black Diaspora and African American Studies major, or supplement it by creating a course that fulfills the school's diversity, equity, and inclusion requirements. Hey, how many times have you heard about somebody in a school district someplace that is in charge of, that's the leader of, that's the head of the Department of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion requirements? What does that mean? Does that mean it's a possibility that maybe teachers have to go through and flow through that department to see how they're doing as well with all of these different issues? And I wonder how that plays out in the classroom. I know it's crazy to say, right? Candidates must also have completed research or service that has advanced anti-racism, anti-oppression, equity, and justice. Hired faculty will be asked to engage with scholars across disciplines to, quote, address issues of race and racism, access and equity, and social and political influences focused on STEM. A chemistry teacher, like molecules. Like the molecules are racist. Well, what does that mean? But no. It's not happening in K through 12. It's only happening in academia and in higher ed. That's all. It's only happening in colleges. You're not going to see anything like that in your public school system. No, you should all sit down. You should all stop. Here's the important thing to know before we go, and it's this. We can't, the constitutional republic that we are, not a democracy, constitutional republic. A little bit of a difference. You might want to learn that in school. It might be tough to learn, though, these days. If we lose faith in our institutions, if we lose faith in our elections, that once an election is done, and all is said and done, that we trust the results. If we lose that, man, we lose a lot. You might say the country. That's a big deal. So are Democrats setting us up for this battle to be talking about this all the time, that every election is now going to be questioned? And remember, in 2020, they were saying that Republicans and Trump, remember, Trump wasn't going to leave office. Oh, we're going to have to take him out, everybody. They're going to have to take him out in handcuffs because he's not going to want to leave, really. Yeah, they were setting us up for this. If you lose that, it's a lot. All right, Glenn Beck is next. Have a great day. Casey Sherman, she's got your forecast.
After a warm and quiet start to the day, look out for scattered thunderstorms developing yet again for this afternoon with highs into the upper 80s and lower 90s. We cool down to 74 degrees to kick off your Thursday morning, but it will be warmer for tomorrow thanks to the fact that we should see more sunshine and a drier day with isolated storms and a high of 93 degrees. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Get more than what the internet tells you. Get up to speed on The Drive with Trey Radel. Weekdays 5 to 7. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
The top 3 reasons why you should have quartz countertops from Rock Solid. 1. Quartz countertops are truly elegant, practical, durable, and with Rock Solid's unbelievable price and selection, makes for the best overall value.
2.
Quartz countertops from Rock Solid will never stain, are maintenance-free, and carry a lifetime warranty.
3.
Here's Natalie from Naples.
Every time I look at my quartz countertops from Rock Solid, it makes my heart smile.
Rock Solid. We don't stop at just countertops.
Just your smile.
Goodbye, pests. I'll see you later. I called National Exterminators. For just $46, they get all rodents and bugs. 23946, no bug.
Call the Boas and National Exterminators at 23946, no bug, or visit them online at pestcontrolmadeeasy.com for all your pest control needs. Bugs, termites, rodents, and even attic insulation. Better service, better prices, and no contracts.
Goodbye, pests. I'll see you later. I called National Exterminators. For just $46, they get all rodents and bugs. 23946, no bug.
Call the Boas and National Exterminators at 23946, no bug, or visit them online at pestcontrolmadeeasy.com for all your pest control needs. Bugs, termites, rodents, and even attic insulation. Better service, better prices, and no contracts.
Hurricane season is here, and there's a lot we need to do to prepare our homes. It's important not to forget about electrical safety, from generators to surge protectors. Mr. Sparky is here for you before, during, and after the storm to provide the best in electrical care. Give us a call